fame like a crown. Left the past, don't need the shame. While John still stuck, yelling loud. Rob leveled up and drew a crowd. Rob soulless, rising up clean. Rob soulless, best he's ever been. Rob soulless, took the crown tonight. Rob soulless, stepping into the light.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
Okay. In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a. I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live.
And there is no easy way to say this, Mom, but you are a dabbler.
You doing crab cakes, Rob? Rob?
And now, live from the Night Views radio studio, it's the Rob Saul Show. Please welcome South Jersey's favorite single dad and radio's most bitter divorcee, Rob Saul.
It's so good when you're gone. It's so good when you're gone. I'm so happy you left. It's like heaven without you. I hope you never forget.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Rob Saul Show. I am your host, your gracious host, Rob Saul, with my co-host Nikki right here. As you see, what am I doing here? Seeing how this camera, there it goes, pan out a little bit. There you go. All right. How we doing, everybody? Nasty Neal is coming in now. Oh, there he is. Can he bring himself in, or do I have to bring him in? There he is. Hey, Neal. How are you?
I'm a bit under the weather, but I've had a cold since last week after we did the show last Friday.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of people from last week's show are concerned what I'm going to wear. If Rob has fewer than 3 buttons unbuttoned on his shirt, I'm out. And I only came here if Saul has his shirt on. I'm not wearing a button-up shirt. I'm wearing a sleeveless shirt today. But, I'm sorry. I didn't know the public demanded. Maybe next time an open shirt. I actually did Hughesy's show. And here's, I'm going to promote Hughesy's members-only show here. I came right on after the gym, and I was wearing a gym shirt. It was sleeveless like that, but it was shorter. And I was looking, and I look down, I look at the screen, and I see I have a nipple out. And I'm
wow, you're really risque.
I know. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, nobody's noticing this. So like, as I'm talking, I cover the nipple, and then I guess it pulls the other side, and the other nipple comes out. Yeah. And I'm trying to fix it, and I see they put on the screen, somebody in chat says, and they put it up on the screen, Rob is adjusting his shirt to show his nipples. And I was like, no, I'm adjusting it trying not to show my nipples.
Wow. He needed Grillo to get his blue tape out.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Cover my nipples up and just have wave my ball sack in the camera.
Balls hanging out.
So there you go. If you want to see my nipple, you can member up on Hughesy's channel.
I'm going to become a member right now.
Yeah, a member just for that.
I've seen it many times.
It was a show about Tom Myers.
Tom Myers, yeah.
That's focused in on me. He's been
really
tweeting in at me. He's white knighting for Felicia. He's a creeper. He was trying to creep in KB's Lady KB's DMs.
Yeah,
she was on the show.
Yeah, I think he became friends with her, and then he started taking personal photos off of her Instagram and sending them to Chad. It's very strange behavior if you're trying to impress
Tom Myers. So I've never watched Tom Myers stand up before, and that's what we were doing. We were watching Tom Myers stand up, And boy, is he awful. I mean, he is terrible. Terrible, Neal. I mean, he is really bad. And I mean, not only is it unfunny, but he's a joke thief. He like steals jokes from like the 1940s.
Sweet. Yeah. The only thing I've ever heard him do was the the one everyone talks about, the what was it, like the bong hit transplant? And it's a really awful.
They played that too. Somebody they had a funny clip. They had like someone had edited I guess Tom's bong hit transplant joke, but it was like Bane from Batman telling it, and you see the audience watching all intensely. It was really funny. And then I guess the video went viral because it was so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And they had people teaching Chinese people how to speak English by having them repeat the bong hit transplant act. It's insane. But I don't know if Tom realizes. I think he might think he's like a success because he went viral. He doesn't know that, it's because he's so bad. I mean, when you become viral because you're so awful, that was like me when I everybody was talking about me when I was on Stuttering John's show. It's not because I had this amazing talent, because I was so such a drunken buffoon and
you're almost passed out half the time.
Yeah. I mean, it's insane.
I remember because Felicia used to joke about it, because before she started dating Karmic, Tom Myers was trying to impress her, and he sent her in the mail a scarf, I don't know if it was handmade or what. But
did he knit?
Maybe he knitted. Yeah,
I don't know.
Nice. Yeah.
Jeez, it's but the act was, I mean, God, it was really a bad act. I can't even remember. There were just so many bad jokes, one after the other. And I'd never even seen his act. I just assumed he was bad, but boy, was I right. Because he said to me, he was like, he tried to give a comeback. I said, that's awful. You're supposed to be a pro comic. He's like, I don't waste my energy on you. Or no, he said, you're not worth it. And I said, apparently there's any audience member at a Tom Myers show. It's it's really bad. Yes. I wish I was high. No, I don't.
Can you imagine buying tickets to Tom Myers, purposely? Man,
no, I mean, I couldn't. And I don't know what the laughs in the audience were coming at weird times. I don't even think they matched up with what the punchline was supposed to be.
Yeah, they're probably just making jokes with each other in the crowd.
Yeah. Yes, hit that like button and subscribe. I got this stuff. I love it. It was so expensive though. I'm like, why? But I get it because I'm such a pickle freak and I love lemonade.
Oh yeah, I'm a big pickle guy too.
It's called a Hot Girls Pickles Hop Water Pickle Lemonade.
Oh wow.
Why is it so expensive? But I guess this hop water's got this ashwagandha in it that's supposed to relieve stress and anxiety.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but it's delicious. I'm gonna have one. Skull to day 197 of Rob Saul being clean. Yeah.
Congratulations. Yeah. I had I bought some dill pickle mustard recently, which is really good. I always buy anything pickle related. Me too, but I got this limited edition pickle baked beans.
Oh.
They were not good. They were
not good. Yeah, some of it it's like pickle doesn't go with everything.
Yeah, they go insane with it.
Yeah, it's not. It's not for everything. But I have it with most stuff. But I got a pickle. I looked up this Hot Girls pickle, so I ordered some of their pickles. I want to try it because they're doing this collab with hop water. And then I also ordered a case of different pickled stuff from Olive My Pickles or Pickle My Olives, something like that. But it's real good fermented stuff. But today we are going to have Vegas Beer Sales Jerry.
Yeah, the great Vegas Beer Sales Jerry.
Well, I wouldn't say great, but he's Vegas Beer Sales Jerry. Mm-hmm. He'll be with us.
I think
today.
He's a legend. A legend.
So I was tuned into Uncle Rico earlier, and they were talking about Ava, and I was always a big Paul Abdul fan when I was a kid. That was my first concert. I had such a big crush on her. And somebody in the chat called Ava Paula Abdul.
That's pretty good, I have to say.
Paula Abdul.
Yeah, I had people messaging me during her show on John saying like she was calling me out and
again? I thought you two had
well, yeah. I looked at the transcript and literally all she did was she read like a super chat that said "sit nasty Neal the link," so I wouldn't really say that was going after me.
Oh yeah.
She's trashing me. She's trashing me. Ava's trashing me.
But she did say Sunflower Dragon was out of control and she needed to set her straight.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Of all the people in the Dabbleverse, Sunflower Dragon is out of control.
Oh, it's out of control.
Mm-hmm.
Geez. God, I was just going to say something and it slipped my mind that fast. I don't know where my brain is tonight. It's, but I get so Ava did a show last night, right? On Stuttering John's
on Stuttering John's channel, yeah.
And then there was an emergency Uncle Rico show.
Yeah. I watched some of that. It was pretty funny.
Was it? I think that's when I was in bed. I don't know.
Yeah, I was doing my horror show when it was on, I believe. But I watched some of it after. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I was going to pop on last night, but I was just saying, I was actually just texting with my ex-wife something about my daughter, and I said, well, I got to go do the podcast. And she said, oh, go have fun. I know you always enjoy doing it. I said, you know what? I do. I said, but I'm sitting here on the chair and I'm binge watching The Medium. And I'm like, and I don't want to get up and go in there and do it. I said, and every week it's a struggle. I always say I'm going to do extra shows and I don't. I said, I have to do it Friday at 11. I said, but it's a struggle getting up. And I always tell myself when I get up, all right, I'm going to go in, just do an hour, get in and out and get back to cuddling with the dogs on the chair and watching TV. I said, but then once I'm on, I have fun and like 3 hours go by like it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's just the fact, it's just getting up and doing it on my day off, knowing I have to get up and do something.
Right.
So
your relationship with your ex-wife seems better now?
Yes, it is.
That's
and
good.
Much better. We talked it out. And the thing is, what happened to me was quite humiliating. But we weren't in love anymore. I didn't love her. She didn't. I mean, we love each other, but we're not in love with each other. And I held on to this hatred and anger out of ego, And the fact is, it's like, really, I don't care. Like he can have her. It's not. I don't want to be in a relationship with her. And it is what it is. I said, I guess I was more upset that I lost my friend and co-host. I don't know. That's what bothered me the most about it. Yeah. Like you had to steal my friend. Jeez.
Yeah, and you guys, you have a kid together, obviously, so it's good to at least be on talking terms.
Yes, of course. Yeah, she's married to my cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're married. Sunflower Dragon. Yep, I'm out of control. Ooga booga. Yes, ooga booga. Ooga booga it is. Mm-hmm. So Vegas beer sales. Jerry will be on. Will he be coming on video or on audio?
I believe video. He said he was that he's setting up now. This was 20 minutes ago that he'd be ready at 11:05. So he's a little late.
He's a little late. It's 11:11. Make a wish, folks.
Yeah. That's the angel numbers, I believe.
Yeah, it's the angel numbers.
Mm-hmm. So this Sunday is our 14-week anniversary.
It's like you're getting out of hand with these anniversaries. 14 weeks. I mean, that's like when the moms with the kids are like, "How old is he?" He's like 475 months. All right, you can start doing years now, okay? Here's a
little. I'll admit something here. Is I kind of like that it angers people when I mention that. So.
Ava is not a fan of Sunflower Dragon, huh?
I guess not. I don't know. But you said that, we got along well that last time she was on the show. It was a few weeks ago, Ava. And then she sent a nice message after thanking me for, having her on the show. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then literally the next day I happened to be up because I listened, before I go to sleep, I'll turn on YouTube and whatever's live, Dabbleverse, I'll watch it while I'm going to sleep. And it was Australia, something about Australia. And she was on there. And so And it was so weird because as soon as I turned it on, I wasn't in the chat. And she out of the blue goes, the one guy that I have that I can't stand is that nasty Neal guy, the only guy I have no respect for. And this was like 2 days after she was on the show being nice. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see how she is. So the point is you can't really trust anything.
Yeah. Can you believe you can't trust people in the Dabbleverse?
I know.
Ava doesn't like people she can't manipulate. Yeah. So I guess this is like working out perfect for John. I said I don't know if this was his plan or somebody else, but he's got his channel and he's getting his super chats and he doesn't have to come back.
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Maybe
he's got like his Vegas is here.
Yeah, hold on. Let me read Sunflower Dragon. She put Neal's gonna count week anniversaries for the entire duration of a relationship, exactly. And I will be wishing the end of it. No, good luck. What is it? At least they're not the days. Today's are like me, day 197. That's gonna be like Neal and his relationship.
But that's what I should start doing every time I'm on the show. I put up
start giving status like I do with my days, annoying people with my sobriety day count. You can annoy people with your relationship week count. But yes. So anyway, our next guest coming on is a very controversial figure in the Dabbleverse. A lot of people have animosity. He is part of the Stuttering John camp. I've heard some, I don't know, people are like saying to me, I can't believe you're having Vegas Beer Sales Jerry.
Yeah,
on.
I get a lot of hate.
They said he was with Stuttering John, wishing you to relapse. I didn't see that part, so I'll have to ask Jerry about that.
Yeah, I don't remember that either.
I don't remember that, but we'll talk to him and we'll bring him in. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Vegas Beer Sales Jerry. Jerry, how are you?
Good. How you doing, Rob?
I am doing fantastic. I am blessed, as the kids say.
Yeah, that's what they say in the group.
In the group, yeah. Hashtag blessed. So, Jerry, what's new? What's going on? Tell us a little bit about. It seems like you and Ava are launching a Stuttering John channel.
Well, you might say that it's just a little experiment. Now, as far as Ava's concerned, I'm not really involved in what she's doing. But yes. John just told us both, hey, if you want to go on and do some shows, feel free. If you want to have anyone on, feel free. I don't care. Just don't. The only thing he said was don't talk about the lawsuit.
Okay.
That's interesting because Ava was really trying to get Shuli on last night. I assume the lawsuit would have probably come up.
Yeah. Shuli is careful about what shows he does because of the lawsuit. Like he, I guess everybody's got to be hush about that once the law's involved.
So there's no guidelines really, just like you can have whoever you want on, you can do whatever you want for your show.
He doesn't care. I mean, don't do anything that's going to get his channel thrown off.
Show a bunch of porn or anything.
Yeah, don't do that. Just common sense. But other than that. He doesn't care. He doesn't care if we have a guest on that he doesn't like.
Wow. So now say Shuli did take the link and went on. He wouldn't be bothered about Shuli and Ava having a discussion on his channel?
He wouldn't have been bothered by that. I know John pretty well. He wouldn't have cared about that.
Because of all the people John hates, Shuli seems to be at the top of the list, even above
Of course. He's at the top. Yeah. But again, if John doesn't have to be there to see him, then I think he doesn't care.
Was this like an evolution of John? Because I don't know. I feel like when I was friends with John before I went to rehab, that if I had anybody, even on not even on his channel, on my own show, I would get calls and texts from him the next day asking if I turned on him, and he'd give me like a little lecture about having people on. Well, they said this about me and they said that about me, but now you're saying he's like, I don't care. Talk to who I don't like. Bring them on my channel. That is John grown or is it a change of heart? What's going on?
He may be grown, but he's done with the Dabbleverse himself. He's not interested in the Dabbleverse and he's not paying attention. He knows he has 2 court cases out there that he's dealing with. Other than that, he is not paying attention to the Dabbleverse at all. And if someone brings it up to him, he says, "Hey, I really don't want to hear this."
Yeah.
If he really is gone from the Dabbleverse, what's really the point of him having the channel and having you guys on?
Well, Mike, I'm just going to guess because he didn't say, but my guess would be one, super chats coming in. Yeah. Two would be he may use that channel for something else in the future, not Dabbleverse related.
To keep like the monetization up.
Yeah, keep it up. He might, he could do a political show. He could do a show about movies, music, just something different.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you this. This just popped in my head here because I know that Ava sent Shuli the link, and you said it wouldn't bother John. I think I know why Shuli didn't take the link. A lot of people were like, "Oh, Shuli pussied out," but that wouldn't really look too hot for Shuli's court case if he appears on Stuttering John's channel. It would kind of, contradict his lawsuit and the type of thing he's suing for if he's appearing on John's channel with, John's former co-host. Was that the plan to get Shuli on? And that would probably work in John's favor.
Well, I haven't spoken to John or Ava about this, but I did watch part of that show last night, and there was someone in the chat saying they were Shuli, and I think she believed it really was him. And and they kept saying, send the link, send the link. And I think she actually thought that was the real Shuli and not a fake Shuli. And but she also knows how to get a hold of Shuli on X. And so she sent the link through X to make sure it went to the real Shuli. Mm-hmm. But that was why she sent it, in my opinion. I'm sure she wanted to argue with him.
Do you think with, John has striked people over the last year? Do you think it's smart to show clips of other shows, on the current channel? Because I think that's also kind of bad for the lawsuit.
There's no law against striking channels. You can strike a channel if you believe that your content is copyrighted.
But doesn't that open up to him just getting, the same thing?
Well, yeah, it opens them up. So if somebody wants to strike them, strike them. If he plays something that somebody else owns. Now, if I went on there and played, let's say something from your show from your channel or from Rob's channel, it would be up to you two to decide. It's not up to Shuli to strike because he's, he doesn't own that content, but you do, and you could strike, and you'd be within your rights to do it.
Well, you're within your rights if you have intention to do it. But if the intent is you're striking just to get a
channel taken down, just out of
if you're striking just to get them, because that the only way that you can get the strike to stick if someone appeals it is by going to court. And if there's never an intention to go to court, you're just striking channels to be vindictive. And I think that's the
but there's still no law that says you can't strike and try to protect your copyright. And if you can't afford to go to court, then that person can either appeal and get it put back up, or they can just let it stay taken down. It's up to the person who put out that content.
Well, I guess it's not a law, but we're not trying to criminally charge John. But
I'm just saying, but if you go to court, they do look at the law. And so even in a civil suit, if somebody goes to court over it, then the law does apply. And the law doesn't say that you must file a suit if you file a claim with YouTube for copyright. You can file it and it gets taken down. And if you want, and if the person gets it put up and they continue to do it, yes, you can take them to court. But guess what? You have to file a separate case for each one of those. And each video is looked at separately. And it's just not something that most creators have the money to do if someone's stealing their stuff. I guarantee you, if you play some Disney stuff, they're gonna strike you. And if you keep doing it, they're gonna get your channel taken down.
Okay, sorry. Mule, member for 11 months, says...
Mule, my man.
Jer, you and Shuli, different channel and debate. Split super chats.
I would be open to that. Not on his channel and not on John's channel, but if we went on somebody else's channel, I would do it. But he would never appear with me. That's my guess.
I did invite Shuley to come on, but just with like I said, Shuley, maybe when the court thing's over, but
yeah,
he doesn't want to be involved in
So,
any
what is the
lawsuit law.
agreement with the super chats on John's channel? Like he just keeps them?
No. Ava gets all of hers, and I get all of mine.
Jerry,
so then when you said like
for the loan?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Check my credit. All you creeps who look into everybody's background, go check it and see if I could co-sign for a HELOC.
So earlier though, when you said like the point of keeping the channel was the super chats coming in, but if he's not getting any of that, well, why does he care? Is it just the idea of keeping the channel monetized?
My guess would be he wants to keep the channel monetized. Also, if he puts something out there that's not a live stream, but it's just a regular video, he put out, there's ad revenue on it.
Yeah.
And
well,
so
that was going to be my next question. If he's that worried about the channel being monetized, he does have intentions on coming back.
Yeah, well, like I said,
coming back to the internet, you were saying, not necessarily.
Yeah, not the Dabbleverse, but he might have intentions on using his channel for something.
Yeah.
And
well, I mean, listen,
it's hard to build back up monetization, so you might as well keep it. It's like when you have a casino license, but you decide to tear down your casino and build a new one, but it might be 10 years before you do it. You have to keep up the gaming license on that empty land. So, and guess what? Every year you have to open it up for one day and put a portable trailer with slot machines there, and people get to play it. And that keeps your gaming license active. So there's other industries where things like this happen.
Yeah. And as far as coming back and not being a part of the Dabbleverse, I mean, that is just like you'd really have to have a willpower to ignore that, because I always said, I did that before I went to rehab. I said, I'm coming back, but I'm not going to be in the Dabbleverse. And
How'd
I was
that
like,
work out?
Yeah, I was gonna say it really does. You really don't have a choice. And people were like, even saying to me once I got out of rehab, they were like, "Why would you come back to the Dabbleverse?" I said, "I didn't. I just hit go live. I can't control who comes and listens to my show."
I mean, the thing is too, if John comes back, like, even if he doesn't want to be in the Dabbleverse, he just will be. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, these people are obsessed for life with him, and I don't get it, but they're obsessed with everything he does, and
he's a very fascinating human being. I mean, you can see some of the fascination with him. He does.
Yeah, I do. I see it. I see it. But
if there's one thing you can say about John, is he's a personality. Whether you like it or not, he's a personality.
Yeah,
I'll be honest, I liked it way better with him around than everyone talking about their super chats on the Dabble dashboard.
Right, and I mean, you got to say he's compelling. Whether you like him, hate him, think he's funny, he's not funny, he's compelling. Otherwise, why would he have all this attention?
The Dabbleverse is like AIDS. Hey, Missy B, how are you? Yes.
So who keeps track of the super chats? Because like to split them up, you'd have to know like
YouTube
each
does.
show and
YouTube
but they don't
does.
keep track of it. Like I mean, he'd have to go in and figure out who gets what super chats.
Well,
yeah, but it's not hard. I mean, if you look in YouTube Studio, it shows each video and
what you got on each day. It'll tell you. So you're saying that when John gets a check at the 21st of the month, he's divvying that up between you and Ava?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
We'll have you back on the YouTube payout day.
Yeah, and I'll show you the Venmo or however.
I want to see Venmo receipts.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, however he sends it.
So Jerry, let's go back to when I got out of rehab real quick.
Okay.
I just want to go to let's start where I first appear on what was it, Point Dabble Point. What's the reaction and what's the conversation between you and John when you see me on Point Dabble Point?
Well, first of all, when you first got back from, I guess it was Florida, I think I remember.
Yes.
And you got back to New Jersey. I actually DM'd you about something you had on X, and you were following somebody, and I told you it'd be a good idea not to follow that person. And you
yes, that was
that.
you. Yes, I would.
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
was
realize.
me.
Me and Levy Land used to be on the Shuley network for a while, and our producer was ESO, and I had still been following him from from back at it. It's like, you know, when all that happened, I didn't remember, like, hey, let me go unfollow ESO. I forgot I was even following him, to be honest.
Yeah, but people were looking into who was following ESO, and
Yeah.
your name was on there, and so I just let you know.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that.
But, and again, you know, remember, I've DM'd you about lots of stuff, you know, Stevie Nicks, you know, things in the past. You know, I thought you and I always got along great. And
yes.
And when you got out, and when you first did that show, well, first of all, I think you went on John's show first, didn't you?
Yes.
Before you
when
went
I
on?
first, I went on. I did my own show live, and they told me John was live, and I kind of went over and went live with him as well. Yeah, on his show, he was already broadcasting. Yeah.
Yeah. So and so you were on that show with him. I don't remember if Ava was on or not. It doesn't really matter. But I can't. You know, I don't remember. But and then after that, you did go on that Point Dabble Point, and he was angry about it. But you know what? I wasn't. You do what you do. You're your own person. You make your own decisions. It doesn't bother me, you know, who you talk to and who you don't. I do feel that
That's a mature outlook. I mean, yeah.
Well, I'm an old man, but I think that you know, when Shuley saw that you know, you and John had a little friction there. Of course, I think he jumped right on it, and I don't think he was. I think he was a little bit disingenuous with that, and you might not agree with that, and that's fine. But just knowing how anyone else who's on John's show and, you know, has had any friction with them or anything, they always get a DM from Shuley. So you were just the next one in line out of a lot of other people. And so, you know, as far as that, I thought, well, maybe Shuley might be bullshitting them. He might not be. I don't know. But, you know, again, Rob can go on anywhere he wants, and I don't care. And I was happy that you got sober. You know, it's a good thing. You know, I know you're a bartender. I sell beer to casinos. You work in a casino. And so I've been in the alcohol business almost my whole life. Since '82. So I've seen a lot of alcohol. Yeah, I've seen a lot of alcoholics in my day. And I know some, and I've been related to some. And so
have you ran any of their channels?
Do what? Yeah. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that.
I said, have you run any of their channels?
No, I have not done that. No, I'm pretty new to YouTube and knowing how this shit works. You know, I'm just learning. I can barely operate StreamYard. I've only done it one time. So
we're aware when we watch the show.
Yeah, I know. And that wasn't, it didn't say show, it said train wreck.
Yeah,
that was in the title.
Yeah.
I was hoping to set expectations that this was going to suck. And the point was do a live stream, get a couple of super chats in, keep the monetization, and see what happens. That's all that was.
It's a couple things, you know, Rob was joking there, but do you consider John an alcoholic?
Do I consider John an alcoholic? What he says
yes.
Well, here's what he says, because I've asked him that. He goes, I'm a functional alcoholic. And I said, okay. And what does that mean? He's like, well, I show up to work. I've never missed work. I show up on time. I get my job done. And then, but at nighttime or on the weekends, if I'm watching the Yankee game or the football, or if I'm just home, if I want to drink, you know, I'm going to drink and I'm going to relax. And it just makes me feel better. Now, is that an alcoholic? I believe it is, but you know what? He's a grown man and he can make his own decisions.
Yeah, I agree.
That's his business. And he's my friend and I care about him, but I can't make him do anything. And so, you know, we've had talks about all kinds of things that I would never reveal, but to me, he's always been good to me. I've known him for a long time. Everyone thinks I just showed up at Melton's house with him and he's never seen me before. You know, I got pictures of me and John from 2018, 2015. So, I've known him for a while. We weren't close, but we knew each other. But now we have become close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and Jerry, and that's what I said too. And I'll get to that with people's, because I've heard John say a lot of stuff about me, and then of course I've retaliated as well. But initially, when I went on these shows, when people asked, and I got sober, like, do you think John's an alcoholic? And I said, that's, and then they were like, oh, will you help John? And I said, listen, right now I'm just focused on me, John. He's going to have to want help. If he needs help, that's on him. If he ever wanted help, I'd help him. I'm like, but that's got to be, and I pretty much danced around it, the subject.
Yeah.
And then I guess Ava went and said, oh, Rob has been trashing you. And then we got our first Rob Soulish show. And tell me what led up to that. Now, do you have a conversation with John before the?
Honestly, I don't remember talking to him before that show. I saw the show and I talked to him after it, but before, no, I had no idea that was going to happen. But again, like what you said was pretty much correct. And I would even go further, and just say, hey, if John asked me for help with anything, I would be there for him. And if he said, hey, I want to do this, then I would drop whatever I have and go do that. He wouldn't be the first person I've helped who had an addiction problem. And so, it is what it is. But again, he's a grown man. He's happy with the way he is. He's really happy to not be dealing with the Dabbleverse. And I'm happy for him. And, he's just living his life right now. And he said, hey, go use the channel. And again, I don't want to really be a YouTube host. I'm just doing it for shits and giggles and a goof and to see how much hate comes my way, because there's so much of it out there. And it's so much of it's based on false shit. I can't even start denying shit anymore because they're not going to listen anyway.
Do you have a plan for your show? Like
a little bit of one, not much of one. I have a rough sketch.
Yeah. So when Stuttering John did his,
and it's not a show.
No, when Stuttering John did his final show, you were on there audio only. You end up getting doxxed later. Is that when you decided?
No, I was doxxed before that.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Yeah.
So what made you decide to actually appear on video? Like, because
No, I'd already been on John's channel a couple other times before that.
Oh, on video?
No, yeah, not on video. I just didn't put my name. And the only reason why is if I was a single guy and just didn't have a family and stuff like that, and I lived in a place by myself, I would have gone on, and not worried if
I try to get some of the ladies of the Dabbleverse.
Yeah, definitely. But that's not what it is. Yeah. And because I know what happens on the internet, they don't go after you, they go after your friends and family. And that's exactly what's happened. So, somebody from somebody's camp sent my information to Chad Zumach. He put it all out there on purpose to try to get people.
Shocking. He's always such an upstanding guy.
Yeah.
Right. And he pretends like it came from some, anonymous source or whatever. I know where it came from. Okay. I've already been told.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't believe anything John, not either, but anything Chad says.
No, you can't. He's a liar and a convicted criminal. And so, anything he says is going to be a lie. And guess what? I've never even had any contact with him before that. He just pulls it out of the air and he says, oh, this is the scumbag who's John's friend who got my Patreon taken down. Okay. I wouldn't know how to take down a Patreon. And I didn't take down a Patreon.
Chad plays the victim constantly because there are people dumb enough to give him money, just like for this GoFundMe thing. So he's always perpetrating some victim-like scheme to where someone is costing him money, so everybody feels sorry for him and throws him money. This guy is spending money like a fucking welfare recipient on the first of the month with that GoFundMe money. I mean, this guy's got new bikes, new shoes, and
he's a drunken sailor on leave.
Yeah, and I'm like, so And you know what? The people that were dumb enough to give him money, that's on them. I have no sympathy.
It's on them.
And
but
good
guess
for
what?
Chad.
How much of that money? How much of that money was actually real, though? How much did he send to himself and then get the money back from GoFundMe? And then they take their little cut, and then he sends it back in with another name, and then they EFT it to his bank account the next day, and then he takes that money and sends it back again. How much has he built that up on his own? Because I guarantee you.
Well, I mean, he got caught with the Godfrey thing, which that like could have been either way. We know Godfrey does interact with him and stuff. Maybe he did talk Godfrey into it, but then he got called on air lying about the Godfrey thing. Now everybody's digging into the Daniel Tosh and Nikki Glaser, and I'm like, why? We know he's lying. Nikki Glaser and Daniel Tosh did not donate to Chad's GoFundMe.
Yeah, we know that.
There's all these breaking stories, and I guess it's okay to get confirmation just to stick it to Chad. But I mean, do we really need it? We know.
No, I don't need it. All I had to do was see the total and know.
I think the worst part there is letting those people know, because if they're the $500 donors, then they get executive producer credit, and you're actually using their names for your product if they actually had no connection to it.
Yeah, that could be problematic in the court of law, right, Neal?
Well, that's if he actually put their names on the supposed product that's going to come out, which there's not going to be any product, and it's never going to come out. This is for him to pay his rent in his shitty little apartment down in Tampa,
and buy a whole lot of tchotskis as well.
Yeah, he's gonna buy. He's gonna get a bike. He might as well get some rims too.
Yeah. I think. What else did he get? He had a new TV mounted at his house, because Chad is not even. I mean.
You just don't mention that you buy this stuff.
Yeah, he does. You know? Chad always has to seem like he's doing well, but he's begging for money on a GoFundMe to do the special, and then he's bragging about all the stuff he's buying.
It's like in Goodfellas when after they do the big heist, and then they all come in with fur coats and cars.
Yeah, and De Niro goes, "What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Take it back."
Yeah, and they all get killed. Yeah.
Let me go through some of the super chats real quick, and then we'll get back on topic. And I'm sure Neal has some more questions, and I wanted to get to some things.
Yeah, here come the insults, which is fine as long as you got paid for them. I'm happy.
Yes. This one's not even to you. They're going for Missy B right away. Any truth that Missy B dated Jim and Norton before Pocky? I have no. You'd have to ask Missy B. She's in the chat. She can answer that for you. As far as I know, I don't think she dated Jim Norton.
Before Cumia dated Missy B, or before Cumia dated the other guy there?
What do you mean? What?
Oh, no. What did they mean? Anthony was dating Missy B first, or he was dating who's the comedian there?
Jim Norton.
Jim Norton, yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know. I don't understand these super chats, but
no, I knew what they meant.
Okay, but as far as I know, that's Sunflower Dragon, $5. Jerry, do you think it would do John's health good to take a break from drinking? Well, this was earlier. I think you would probably agree that yes, but that's not.
It would, and it would help anybody to take a break from drinking.
Yeah, I mean,
even if you're not an alcoholic, it's not the greatest thing for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically
but it's good for our paychecks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then when people go, "Oh, you're selling poison and stuff," some of these dabblers will say that, "Oh, you're in the alcohol business. You sell poison to people." Well, guess what? So does Walmart and Kroger and 7-Eleven and all that. So why don't you start an organization to bring back prohibition?
Yeah, there is free will in this world. So
yes, there is.
I get that. Voltaire 325. Why was Stuttering John so upset that Grillo dumped you? What did the two of you have planned? Did Stuttering John want access to his money man through you, or just the doxing? Jerry?
Okay. Can you keep that up? Because
I'll keep it up.
Yeah, because I won't be able to see it. So first of all, he was mad because not just that he dumped me, that he let some people who not even super chatters, just people chatting at him and at Grillo, and also sending him messages on X about what a bad guy I am and how I'm sabotaging his show and his life and stuff. And he was mad that Grillo believed that instead of just asking me about it. That was where John was really upset. And he even called Grillo on the air about it. And Grillo happened to be on the air with Chauncey. And so they didn't really get into it a whole lot. And he said he talked to him later. But that's why John was so upset, that Grillo just fell for what these people were saying.
Yeah.
What they were saying is, I guess Grillo has super tips that it's that system from Melton.
Yes.
So Grillo has that. And so people were telling Grillo that, and Grillo really needed help with somebody to put those up on his screen, so he didn't have to do two things at once. He was trying to interview Billy West, and he called me at the last minute to come over and help him. And I said, okay, I'll come over and help you. And anyway, so people were telling Grillo, oh, well, he can get into those super tips system and get everyone's personal information and then start doxing people and give it to John and anybody else. And then they can attack all these people and steal their credit card information. You know, that's not how it works.
Not credit card information, but you can find out people's real information, right? Because I think that's the flaw with Super Tip. I don't know, because I remember seeing that before, like that's how they found out about Ron Fuddle and Felicia. And then I just saw one of Carmick. He got mad at that Goldsfold for sending him
what I heard
that bad, and he yelled out his real name. So how would he know?
What I heard, it was zip code. That's what Pat Dixon said.
Oh, okay.
Pat Dixon said, "Oh, I could see her zip code on here as as a super tip. So I guess I don't know that I have any other fans in that zip code. So it's got to be her." I don't know if they show zip codes or not, but you would have to have access to the Stripe information that's going to your bank. Yeah. When you're just pulling up super tips, none of that stuff's on there. Yeah. All you get is the super tip, and you move it from one screen to another. All that stuff comes in like a statement, or you would have to go look up some online thing that, whatever. I don't know how that works. I was just learning. It was my first time even doing that. So I was just trying to help Grillo. So that's what that was. And John was mad that Grillo fell for that.
Can somebody come to my house and help me set up dabble tips? I don't know. I'm getting at that.
Yeah. I'm gonna come over there and do that, and let's see what happens to you.
Oh, geez.
Whoa.
So
you're gonna be Rob blind.
And then I don't know. Want access to Grillo's money man? I don't think I'm not sure who they're talking about, but I have an idea maybe because who they're talking about, but. That's just Grillo and some guy that are in business together for something that I have no idea what it is. I've never been told, and I never really asked. And then they're saying just the doxing. Okay, so let's cover the doxing, and you guys can ask me anything about it. So who did I dox? When? Can you show me the evidence? But if you just want to name some instances, I'll give you the explanation for the ones that people always bring up.
All right. Well, we'll keep super chats open for that. If anybody has an example they want to ask,
or if you two guys know any too, feel free.
Let's see here. The next one, BMC30. Shuley was disingenuous. What about John cheering Rob's sobriety with a beer and always taking shots at him for being sober? What's that called, schmuck? First of all, before you answer that, Jerry, I will say, as far as Shuley, I had always gotten along with Shuley, and he never started coming at me hard until I went after him. And I don't remember why I did, but, I was angry with a lot of people then, and everything made me angry. I think he didn't give me my own show or something on the Shuley Network, but gave Chris Abels one, because Chris Abels was, allegedly buying viewers, and I think that's what started the whole tiff, and then I went nuts. But yeah, so Shuley did reach out, and he didn't ask me to come on the show. I actually got a listener tricked us by saying that I wanted to be on the show, and then told me Shuley wanted the show, something like that. But Shuley checks in and on me, doesn't ask me for anything, and he seemed fine with me. And if he wasn't, that's okay too, But
my gut
ahead,
is that
Jerry.
he was actually genuinely happy that you're sober. But both things can be true too. Like the idea of having someone that used to have a relationship with John on the show is also appealing. So
yeah,
but that doesn't mean that he's not happy that you're sober.
All right. Well, that was
it's possible.
I'm jumping in right away just because I wanted to get to that. But the question was for Jerry, so Jerry, you can go ahead and respond.
So Shuli was disingenuous. What about John cheering Rob's sobriety? Well, that was after you went on that show, and John went. He went Sonny Corleone on you, pretty much. And,
I think he's talking about when I first got out of rehab and went on John's show. He kept
he cheered you with beer, but he wasn't taking shots at you on that show. He took the shots later.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for this person. Like he went nuclear on me after I did that show. I think the shots they mean is like he kept saying stuff to me like, "Oh, you're not going to be one of them people that thinks you're better," you know, like making like comments like I was going to be different now that I'm not drinking. And I
think though, John, like with the beer on the show after you got out of rehab, I think that's in poor taste, but I also don't think it was intentional on his part. I think that's he just doesn't think of it. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly,
that's the beauty of John.
You're right. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that.
No, I said that's the beauty and the appeal of John, of why people are so fascinated with him, because he does. I mean, he just he doesn't know how to read the room.
John's going to be John. John's going to be John, and if you don't want him to be John, then don't watch him and don't interact with him.
Yeah.
And I just say, Shuli's over the last few months, he routinely mentions me and Rob together. That's a good show, and so by this point, like
he's getting no John content from me now. There's no reason for him to still be in touch with me, and
right,
but it is what it is. Before I go to the next one, did you have anything else to respond with this super chat, Jerry?
No, that was it. At least this person knows what Yiddish is.
Toddler CXX, name 3 actual nice things Stuttering John's done for you. I guess that's for you, Jerry.
Sure, I'll name them.
Go ahead.
One is he got me backstage passes to go see Zebra, hang out with the band for a whole day with some other friends of mine. We had a great time. Oh. That was I didn't ask for that. He just said, "Hey, I see that my friends from Zebra are going to be in Vegas. You want to go hang out with them?" I said, "Yes." Okay, there's one.
Okay.
2 is he's asked me for help. Working on his computer and clipping some files, things like that. He Venmo'd me money for doing that. I didn't ask. I said, "That's fine. I'll do this." And he goes, "No, I'm going to pay you." There's number 2. Number 3, we were in LA not too long ago, attending that convention. He brought me around, introduced me to a lot of celebrities and people he knew. He took me out to dinner a couple of times, and we had a good time. We went to the Pickwick. He paid for everything. As far as me and John, he's always been good to me. And even back in 2018, I remember I was hanging out with him and Royce one night, and we went to Cheesecake Factory and had a good time. I didn't pay a dime. They covered it.
All right. Well, there you go. There's 3 things, and I hope that settles your question.
They're going to say, "Oh, he's lying. He's lying about all."
Yeah. Here's the most important question in the chat: why does Neal sit with his mouth open?
Got to catch a fly.
That's from Brody Hopper, $1.99. Neal, do you care to respond? I don't know.
I don't think I do, but
no. I didn't see you with your mouth open. Actually, I before I read the super chat, I looked up at you first. I said, "Oh, his mouth's not open." Jay Sure, $9.99. Vegas beer sales, Jerry, puh in Shuli voice. Congrats on 197, Rob. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Chilino, $2. Have ever been judged by your mom? What?
I would say almost everyone has. Yeah. And if they weren't, then they might not have had a great life.
This Chilino's like obsessed that
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know.
he got a whole thing with me. He was last week. He was telling me my mom loved me. It's just, I guess, because I make it known that me and my mother are on speaking terms.
When John flew out to Vegas that time, he didn't your mom like keep his cats at your house?
No, that was a friend of mine and his mom.
Oh, okay,
that was at somebody else's house. My mom doesn't live in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
But again, of course, in the Dabbleverse, it was my mom, and I live with my mom, and I don't have a family. I just live with my mom. No, I've got a good friend who, I already had a lot of cats, and if I'd have brought his cats in, I didn't want any chance of any disease, sickness, or any fights, anything like that. And my friend had an extra room that was not being used, and air conditioned, nice. So we set it up with a litter box, food and water, and he kept the cats for 2 nights. And then on Sunday morning, we went over there and got the cats, and he took off for New York.
Listen, I'm not here to defend anybody or take anybody's side, but the Dabbleverse is known for running with things. I mean, I once said me and my aunt were going out for dinner for my birthday, and it went from I have no friends but my aunt to I'm dating my aunt to I'm fucking my aunt. So the Dabbleverse will run with something, a phrase or a thought that anything that pops
Zinhoser wrote a song about it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not good, I have to admit. But when he was out in Vegas, I know he said that that you noticed that like he had like so much stuff in his car, so like you let him keep the stuff there, then you eventually sent it back. Like how much stuff was there, and how much did that cost to ship all that stuff back?
Tons of stuff, man. And those cats were just crammed in there, and John and I both were like, you're not going to be able to make this trip all the way across the country with these cats and all this stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, is it okay if I leave some of this stuff here and then you ship it to me later? He goes, I'm going to be in New York for a couple of months, but then when I get to Florida, could you ship it? I'm like, sure, I've got room. So we took all the stuff out. We put it in the corner of my garage. I didn't go through it. I didn't look through it.
I didn't mean to you went through all the stuff.
No, again, so anyway, I kept the stuff, and then a couple of months later when he was down in Florida, he's like, could you ship it? So I had some big computer boxes. I put them in there, sealed it up, took it to UPS and shipped it. John paid for the shipping. It was more than a couple of $100.
Oh wow.
Sunflower Dragon, aka Mrs. Nasty. $5. Jerry, was that your voice on the phone asking John if he wanted KB's phone number?
Yeah, it was Sunflower. And by the way, I've always liked Sunflower's chats and stuff going back.
I like her a lot
couple of years. I mean, I don't know her, but as far as the things she would chat, I agree with a lot of her political views and things like that. I always thought she was a good person, even when she was chatting at John. It wasn't in anger and hate like most people.
Agreed.
So she was actually one of the chatters I enjoyed to watch what she chatted. But I'll explain the Brennan thing, because that's one of the things I get hit with. Of course, for a year and a half before that, everyone was telling me I'm always doxing people. So then now if they bring up the Brennan thing, well, okay, what was your example before that? But anyway, so Brennan in March put out a tweet with John's mother's address, with her name and address, and said, please send her stuff. She really wants, people to send her stuff. This woman's in her late 80s, and he put that out there. And then on his next tweet, he put John's phone number. And on his show, he told people to call him. So yeah, I was pretty angry about that. I'm going to have to,
Sunflower Dragon, I'm going to have to agree, with Jerry. I'm not for doxing, but Kevin Brennan, I have no sympathy for him. Even with the stuff with Ethan Ralph, I don't think is nice, but I have no sympathy, because the guy will, he does the nastiest stuff he can do to people, and then cries victim if someone even mentions a mention of his wife or anything like that. But he called my bankruptcy lawyer on the air, told everybody where they were, and then told my bankruptcy lawyer that I fucked my dogs. I mean, the
but everyone's and they're clutching their pearls. Oh, you doxed Brennan. You doxed Brennan.
Kevin Brennan Kevin Brennan gives everybody's phone number out.
He's got a history of that. But again, first of all, I never gave
Sarah Silverman's number out on X.
Yeah. But you know what? I never gave his number out. I asked John about that, and John said no. But so I was angry. So then guess what happened? The next day, once everyone sent that clip to Kevin, then he, of course, I hadn't been doxxed yet. So there's another guy who sells beer in Las Vegas, and his name is Jerry. So for 2 years, this guy has been catching hell from the whole Dabbleverse. They've been fucking with his life. They've been sending shit to his house. They've been doxing his pictures of this guy's house. They've messing with his family on Facebook, all this shit, because that guy's name was Jerry. Okay. So
that was like the guy they thought was Clay Dabbler that they were harassing online.
Yeah, exactly like that. So they harassed this guy for 2 years. And so anyway, and every dabbler who did that, and now they know that that's not it. They don't feel bad about it. They're like, oh, well, that guy deserved it because we thought it was the real Jerry. So anyway, Kevin put that guy's address and phone number, 2 phone numbers for that guy, and his address on Twitter the next day. That was in March. I have the screenshots, but you can go back. It's still on his Twitter account. So again, I don't feel bad for asking John that. I said, John, I was real mad about John's mother. I mean, John's number's been out there. Nothing's going to happen to him if someone has his number, but his mother does not need that. And that's pretty shitty. But again, Brennan and people like him think that that's cool. And there's a whole subsection of the Dabbleverse that think that that's funny to do shit like that. And I was angry. And so I called up John and asked him that. Now, would I have thought better of it later and maybe not done it? I don't know. Maybe I would have, maybe I wouldn't have. But I don't feel bad for that phone call. And if you're going to call me a big doxer because of that, then that's pretty weak, in my opinion.
So again, I am taking no sides in this, but with Brennan, piece of shit. You can't that for me that example is a wash. Now this one you can respond to, because if this is true, this one is one that I would think is a little out there. BMC30 says, so Jerry, do you want to give your opinion on the comment John made about Shuli's daughter's physical appearance based on the picture he saw of her? Well, that was
actually about 2 days after that, when he made that comment, I said, you know what, you probably shouldn't have said that. That was it. That's the most we've really discussed about it until recently, when like Shuli goes on the air and complains about that all the time. And so, we've talked about it recently. But again, some idiot sent John a picture, and I don't know whether it was a text or an email. I can't remember. So I know Shuli recently said, oh, look, he's changing it from a text to an email. So, now he's lying. No, I just don't know. I don't remember. I'm not the one who received it. I just heard about it on John's show.
The short time I had with John, I guess it was a couple months. I was like a regular on the show. I had a couple phone calls where he'd call me and start yelling at me about whatever. Have you ever had that where he just starts yelling at you about something?
Yeah, he did get mad at me one time, and I remember exactly what it was for. And then once he calmed down and we discussed what it was, something I was planning to do. And then he let me know why it would be, not good for him for me to do that. And I understood his point. And then I said, okay, we're cool now. You're calmed down now. You're not that angry anymore. Do you understand why I thought that this was going to be okay for me to do, and why I didn't understand your point? And he said, yes, I understand your point and you understand mine. And so we're good. So yeah, there was one time that happened. That was 2 years ago. Since then, we pretty much know each other. And so, I'm not going to do anything that's really going to hurt him. And he's not going to do anything that's going to hurt me.
Did you ever help with any, he used to try to, find Cardiff's real identity. Did you ever help with any of that?
Well, okay, so there's the other one where they say I was doxing and stuff, and that I went to Hackamania only to find Cardiff and only to dox him and give John his information. That's not why I went there. I went there because I really wanted to have a discussion with Carl and with Adam Bush and some of the rest of Carl's crew about some Dabbleverse things. And also, I kind of thought those guys were okay, and I thought we could have a good time, talking about the Dabbleverse from different points of view. and whether we agree or not, we could sit there and have a beer and discuss things as grown-ups. And so I went there for that. And when I went there, they were very nice to me. Everyone there was really nice. We had a good time. Even a lot of the well-known super chatters and stuff, I met a lot of them, and we got along and hung out, and everything was great for that weekend. Cardiff was a little different. Cardiff and I used to DM each other about things. I would send him little funny things I saw, he would answer it, whatever. I would show him stuff. And he was very interested in that boom box that I had that John held up in front of Melton's house.
Yeah, I'll admit, I think that was very funny.
Yeah, and so Cardiff had a big interest in that, and I thought it was funny too, And so, I told Cardiff, I'm like, well, when I see you in Vegas, I'll show you the boom box. When I went down to downtown Las Vegas where the event was being held, I brought the boom box. I left it in my car because I didn't even know if I'd see him or not, but I brought it just in case. And he said he would be there and he would talk to me. But again, so when I got there, I'm hanging out with producer Chris, who's really a great guy. I was talking with Carl, with Adam Bush, some of these other people, and I knew Cardiff was there, and because he had already posted some pictures from the Vegas airport earlier that day, and so I DM'd Cardiff, and I'm like, "Hey, where are you, man? Let's hang out." And he goes, "Oh, I missed my flight. I'll be in tomorrow." Oh, okay, all right. And then so then I go the next day, and I'm hanging out and stuff, and talking with a lot of cool people. We had a really good time. So then I DM Cardiff, and I go, "Hey man, where are you at? Let's hang out, man. I want to show you the boom box." And I even sent him a picture of the boom box, from downtown. I took a picture of it right there. And he goes, "Oh, I'm not feeling good. I'm going up to my room. I'll be down a little bit later." And then so I wasn't going to do anything. John later went on his show and said, "Oh, Jerry went there and he found out who Cardiff is." Well, that wasn't why I went there. But, John also likes to use me to scare people, and which I don't give a shit. That's fine.
Well, yeah, I mean,
the other thing he would do, John would say, "Hey, Jerry, give me the timestamp. Give me the timestamp." So everyone thinks I'm driving in my car at work, and I'm not looking up timestamps and shit. That's just to scare people who are playing his show. So
yeah,
anyway,
John does use a lot of their scare tactics because he would tell me stuff on the air, like, "Well, I know this about that person, but I'll tell you off the air." And then I would ask him, he's like, "Oh, I was just bluffing." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, and that's fine. And again, John is John, and if you accept him for who he is, that's what he does. If you either you don't have to be around him if you don't want to be. You don't have to watch him if you don't want to. But anyway, yeah, it's funny to me when he does stuff like that. It might not be funny to everybody, and I don't care. But anyway, so Cardiff. So anyway, I knew Cardiff was right there, and I started DMing me, and then I look over to my left, and there he is sitting at a table DMing back to me, saying he's not here, and I'm like, okay. So then on the last night, he walks by, and I snap a quick picture of him, and I just kind of hold it for a while. And then, but I didn't do anything with it. And then Cardiff actually went on his show and then said I'm a big dummy and I didn't know who he was and stuff like that. And then I'm like, "Fuck you." And so I sent John a picture. And then, so that's it. But my intention going there wasn't for that to happen. And again, now everyone's going to go, "Oh, Cardiff wasn't nice, so you doxed him." Is someone's picture doxing? Is it? I don't know.
I guess if they don't want to be seen and they've never been seen online, maybe.
Well, I didn't want to be seen, but mine got put out too. So, shit happens. I know Rocco didn't want his stuff out there at one point, and then it got out there. I think it was Vince. I think, I'm not 100%, but I remember people saying his address and things like that.
What's your relationship like with Vince the lawyer?
I don't even know him. He knows who I am, and I know who he is. I've never spoken to him.
Yeah, that's probably good. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
Jer, if Stuttering John not passed out now, how many beer deep he in?
So it's 9 o'clock here. It's I'm told 1 o'clock there. If the Yankees game is over, he's asleep.
Lyndon, 49, $2. Unblock me. Beer sales, Jerry. Still sending pics to Stuttering John?
Well, I don't have many people blocked, but again, you're probably one of them. And if you're saying, about me sending shit, then I'm probably not going to unblock you. I don't even know who you are.
Johnny Payton, number 8, $2. Hey, Vegas Beer Sales, Jerry. What do you tell your barber before you get a haircut?
Oh, man, that one's easy. Number 1, all the way around.
There you go. Todd. What's $1.99? Don't think you lie. I'm still waiting for my bifocals to get in, guys. I need glasses. I have trouble.
I do have my readers.
Yeah, I can't see either. I'm having problems with my glasses. That's why you'll see me look and squint.
Don't think you lying, but do you know that you're a simpleton?
Okay, I challenge you to an IQ test right now. Let's do it. Rob, set it up.
An IQ test between Vegas Beer Sales Jerry and Todd
Lecoq.
Yeah.
Todd, we got Todd again. Todd, the wrong Vegas Beer Sales Jerry confirmed harassment to you.
Yes, he did. I know people who know him. And,
is he okay?
He is okay, and he's happy that this shit's finally over. But it's really not over. There's still people who put his picture out. I saw a tweet the other day with somebody attacking me with my real name, but then at the top of their Twitter, that still has a picture of that guy and his wife.
Oh, wow. Jeez. Takedown, DDT. Jerry, your fan fiction is endearing.
Yeah, and so is the flower that you put on, and you went and recorded John.
Is that who did that?
He's the guy who did that. He's a piece of shit. He can go fuck himself.
That big flower was, oh my God. Oh, I love it. BMC 30. One more question, Jer Bear. How do you feel about Ava having Ethan Ralph on John's channel? He's a big fan of the Jews. Also, I'm Jewish, so save your BS.
Okay, sure. I hate Ethan Ralph. I've never even heard of him until maybe a month ago. I'd never heard of the guy, but all this stuff with Scarlett Hampton and him, I started seeing it all over the place. And so now I kind of know who he is, but I would never pay attention to a person like that. Ava had him on. I wouldn't have that guy on. I would never talk to a person like that. Again, she's her own person. I can't control her. If she asked me about it, I would say I wouldn't talk to that guy. But she didn't ask me about it. So that's how I feel about it. So BMC, how do you feel about Shuli being friends with someone who's put so much anti-Semitic stuff on Twitter? Shuli seems to be okay with that, but you're Jewish. How do you feel about that? I'd really like to know how you feel about Shuli being okay with that and being friends with them and saying he'd rather have 6 million friends like that than one like me. Shuli should, be more concerned about his people. And he's not, if he's going to be friends with that person and platform them. And so, how do you feel, BMC? Feel free to send Rob a $5 super chat to please answer that.
Wait do you see Rob's glasses he wears with the fake nose?
Yeah, that's why.
Rob, can you please give me a maybe it was you?
Oh, geez. Now, maybe it was you. I did that.
That was a great response.
You know what, Rob? That was so fucking funny. And that wasn't about Jewish. That was about him claiming that John knew things with Esau and John was colluding with Esau.
Yeah,
and so that's when the maybe it was you came out. And you
the maybe you wasn't actually to be 100% honest. When I got the nose and glasses, it wasn't to be anti-Semitic. It was just being like goofing on Shuli. But me getting drunk and texting Shuli a bunch of anti-Semitic things didn't help my case. So.
No, that was different. But you know what? And I wasn't thrilled when I saw that either. I was like, oh no. Yeah. But as far as the glasses and those, and the maybe it was you, I thought that was the funniest thing. I used to super chat you and ask you to do it.
Yeah. I like that. There was one of me being Shuley with a car background. Do you remember that one, Neal? Where I'm hiding in the car. Yeah. People.
When's Ditka getting his own show?
Ditka doesn't want to be doxxed and have people fuck with his family. Mm-hmm. And Ditka's a great guy, by the way. But
I'm friends with Ditka.
So. But he's not interested in that. And he's seen what happens to everybody else. And so he's not going to be doing anything like that in public.
He might not want people to know, but that's who Ditka used to get me back on Stuttering John's show all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, we got, I was going to wait to get a super chat because I was going to get in with you about Dan and his involvement. But we'll get into Dan. I want to get into that because now actually you have somebody against me. Like, I guess
Oh, no.
We got to get that. Jer, why do you agree to go on Rob's show after he bashed you, John's kids for months? Rob is not a high quality person. First of all, let me respond to that, and then you can respond, Jerry.
Okay.
I will respond by saying, first of all, I don't remember even having any issues with Jerry. And second of all, I never bashed John's kids. I bashed John as a father, but I didn't bash his kids or say anything bad, like, insulting towards his kids. I said stuff like maybe his kids don't love him and, stuff like that. But it was never like John's kids or this or John's kids or that. But I don't know. You can respond, Jerry, because I'm sure word got back to you. Anything that
if you had bashed me, people would have sent me that. And, I don't watch every show of yours because, I don't have time all the time.
And if I did bash you, it's not like I'm
I know.
the type of person to back down. I would own it.
No, and if I'd have seen that, I would have DM'd you and said, "Hey, is there an issue?" And we'd have talked it out. But I never saw you do that, and I don't believe you did. And even if you did, I don't care. And I don't think you ever went after John's kids either. I believe that. And you went after John. John went after you. That's between you two guys.
Yeah. And you say it. One of my favorite clips is me and Nasty Neal live streaming, sniping John's show, while John's show is sniping us, and we're screaming at each other.
And I remember Julie actually said this is really what the Dabbleverse used to be, just complete nonsense.
It's complete nonsense. He's like, this is what the Dabbleverse should be, which I agree.
I want to show this real quick because I do think this is true. I mentioned earlier that TSN rocks and talks up Neal and Rob. So
yes. They do, yes, and I do appreciate it. Listen. Everybody has their issues with each other, but I think people are under the assumption because and I guess I did get some people watching the show that were really happy about my hatred for Shuley, and it wasn't just her. Shuley was just one of the people going after me because I went after him. But at that point, I had a hatred for everybody. I was very volatile.
Yeah, you hated
person.
me half the time, and I was on the show.
I hated you, Neal. I hated everybody. When I got sober, I gave everybody a clean slate. Pretty much, I think I said, now that I'm seeing things clearly, I know that I wasn't the funnest person to be around, and I wasn't the greatest guy. Let me come back, and everybody's on a fresh slate with me. So. I'm sorry that so many people are disappointed that I'm not, still bashing Shuley on a daily basis. The guy reached out. He was wished me nothing but nice words, and I appreciate that.
I'll say the most hate I've ever had was being on Shuley's show. Like people weren't. I got a lot of hate being on with Rob in the early days, and then again being on with John last year. But like people really took it very personal when I went on Shuley's show a couple times.
Yeah. The people that don't like Shuley, they really don't like Shuley. I mean, it's like a deep-seated thing, right?
Yeah. Well, he's got his own subreddit devoted to him, just like John does.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I used to be the hero on there. They loved me over at Shuli's Anonymous. I was their savior. They hate me now. Shuli's Anonymous. I'm like the Benedict Arnold of the of Shuli's Anonymous.
Yeah, there was a guy there, Mr. Nasty Man. I mean, he was constantly on there going after Shuli. He's not there anymore.
Oh yeah. Takedown DDT 4.99. Jerry, disclose who gave
I can read these if you want, Rob.
Yeah, thank you.
Jerry, disclose who gave up the photos. Why you protecting sickos?
You know what? With all the bullshit that Shuli's done to me over the last couple of years, I'm not going to do anything to help that fucker. So he can go fuck himself and take down DDT. I know, you can go fuck yourself too for what you did to John.
What'd he do to John? I'm not really familiar.
He's the guy who recorded him with the flower.
Oh, the flower guy. Okay.
Yeah, the flower, the big giant.
I'll never stop laughing. That was
my favorite. My favorite.
No, that's fine. I mean, that's fine.
The Photoshop. Somebody did a Photoshop of John talking to him, but the flower had like obvious cameras and lights pointing out. Of
like
it.
Inspector Gadget or something.
Yeah. Jeez. But yeah. Sorry. We'll go to the next one here. Go ahead, Neal. You read them.
Toddler Cock wants to know, you and Stuttering John have the same sad deflection. 2 pervs in a pod.
Okay, Toddler Cox. First of all,
not really a question.
Yeah, but that's fine. I'll respond to it. And I'm going to ask you guys, what have I deflected anything tonight? I've disagreed with stuff, but I will say, as far as me and John being similar, if somebody goes after one of us, we'll go back at that person. So, like, if somebody does something to me, I will go back at them. And that's similar to John.
It's like
Rambo. I think deflecting would be more like what I did with Kevin Brennan when we were talking about the Kevin Brennan. I'm like, well, this guy does that. Now that's deflecting. I don't think Jerry has been saying stuff like, well, what about the time Shuli did this? Well, I haven't heard that.
I did I did say one thing when she was asking about that person was asking about Ava having that guy on. But I don't know if that's a deflection. That was just a response after I answered about that. I wasn't thrilled that Ava had that guy on, and I wouldn't have done it, but that's her decision, and she's an adult.
Yeah. So you answered the question.
I answered it. I didn't deflect it.
Yes.
And then I came back with something else.
All right. Neal, next one.
Let me guess. You've contacted many celebs over the years, and that's from Toddler Cock.
Well, I don't know if contacted means if you send a tweet to them or something. Is that what you mean? I have tweeted things at celebrities. As far as contacting in real life, no. I've met John, a few times back in the 90s, but then, in 2015, I went to a comedy show and we talked and hung out for a while. In 2018, I was in LA and I hung out with him and Royce. And then I would send him questions for his podcast way before the Dabbleverse, but other than that, I don't know any other celebrities. I've met celebrities, but it's not like I contacted them.
Neal, he probably doesn't want you to read this, but you do it.
Chill, no. I thought he was a fan of mine earlier. He says, I hate Nasty Neal and Jerry. Oh.
Good. I thrive off your hate, Chill, no.
I'm just flattered I'm the only one that's not hated here. Usually I'm usually on the top of the list in a group of people. So there's some deflection there on me. Go ahead, Neal.
He's the protagonist for $5. Jerry, you help a man who said he had pictures of Shuli's kids. Shows how awful you are as a person. Neal and Rob, respect to you. Jerry, F off.
Wow.
Okay, how did I help the guy? I didn't help him. I never even talked to the guy. I know who sent it, and I don't know if it was a text or email. It was one of the two. And later on, John found out who it was, and I know who it was. But guess what? That didn't help him. John already had the picture and deleted it. John did mention it on his show. That's as far as it went.
So he never. There were no pictures actually shown, but it was
No,
talked about.
no pictures were shown. John did mention it on the show.
I don't like it, and you know, I'm not one to talk because I don't like kids being brought into it. But yeah, when John really came at me, I didn't go after his kids, but you know, him as a father. But yeah, I don't like the whole kids things getting involved.
No, but plenty of people do go after John's kids and put up pictures.
That's definitely something I've never done.
It's not hard to see though, because if you just go out to Twitter or to Reddit, you're going to see a lot of that.
I remember, Rob, you were going to ask something about Dan.
Oh yes, Dan. What do we call him again? $2 Dan. I forgot his little nickname. $2 Dan. He was part of like the Ava crew at the end. Is he going to have any involvement with this? Is he still in touch with Stuttering John? Did you take him seriously? I mean, come on. When he told Stuttering John he's the epitome of the American dream,
the living, breathing embodiment.
Yeah, that's the embodiment of the American dream.
Well, I think that guy might have taken that from the Jesus Twins manager or something like that, or from a wrestling manager.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know $2 Dan. I've never spoken with him. I've seen him on John's show. Yeah. That's it. I don't. John didn't
keep it that way.
John never even told me anything about his conversations with $2 Dan. As far as I know, it was just all on the air.
Yeah, but the guy is so unlikable, and the only reason that John liked him so much is because he's just like ball washed him. But I mean, the ball washing just seems so insincere, and John just took it. Even that phrase. What was the phrase again, Neal?
The living, breathing embodiment of the American dream.
If somebody said that to me, I'd be like, "Oh, this person's fucking with me." John's like, "Yeah,
yeah." You know, I didn't really listen to much of what he was saying, but again, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think $2 Dan was against Shuley and against Carl. Am I right about that?
I don't think he ever had any issues until he started doing John's show, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. But you know what? If the guy contacted John and say, "Hey, John, I'm on your side," well, I mean, John needs some guys on his side.
Yeah, that's the thing. And the only reason he was on John's side, he never had a problem or issues with any of those people, is because he wanted attention so bad. And you know, and I know as a fact, when you go on John's show, you start getting attention, whether it's negative,
right?
Usually is. Well, you're going to get a lot of attention.
As far as those weeks or months or however long it was when that guy was on John's show, I'm glad it was him on the show and not me. I mean, John had me on a few times, but it was, you know, it was always under protest. It's like, yeah, he had some questions he really wanted to ask me on the air, and I'm like, okay, I'll do it. It's not something I really wanted to do, but it's fine. I don't mind. You know, I will give my opinion if I'm asked, and so that's what that was.
Do you think Dan will be part of this? Because I did hear, I think it was on the first show Ava did, she said that John has like a plan, so I don't know if there's like a bigger plan here. So will Dan be part of the Stuttering John, like
well, I'm not 100%. I haven't heard his name mentioned once talking with John, and I talk to Ava sometimes too, and I haven't heard his name mentioned. As far as I know, the answer would be no. Yeah. I'm probably 95% that it would be a no.
Yeah, I'm sure Dan would be down. That's the only way he would get more than 5 viewers if he went live on John's show.
I have to pop this up because another part of Stuttering John history. Clay Dabbler. Hey, Jerry. Why do you think John was such a shitty friend to me and never appreciated me sticking by him or my loyalty?
Is that the real Clay Dabbler?
Is that the real Clay? I mean, honestly, I don't know. I don't know that Clay would say that. So I don't know if it's a real Clay.
All right.
You know, as
I'll
far
ask
as
Missy.
Go
on.
But as far as Clay, you know, Clay and I, you know, I've DM'd a couple of times, not much, and we talk to each other in the chats and things like that, and always friendly with each other. And I always thought Clay was great on John's show, and you know, I know that John really liked Clay, and he still likes Clay. He never said anything bad about Clay to me, ever. He did say, well, you know, Clay's mad at me this week, and you know, I screwed up, and I had someone else on the show, and it was supposed to be him, and And I said, well, are you going to apologize to him? He goes, yes, I'm going to apologize to him. I'm like, okay. That's as far as my discussions with John are on Clay. Don't really talk about him, but I do know John really likes him. And I thought Clay was really good on the show. He was funny.
Clay's great.
And he would push back on John on things on the air, and that's fine. I think Clay's a great guy.
Clay defended me on John's show when the whole Ava Keanu thing.
Yeah, I always found that Clay, even sometimes we didn't get along, but I always found that Clay was always said what he really thought.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Clay is a no bullshit guy, and I think he's a good guy. And I really like
that.
Clay.
Really is him, by the way. I just
it is
okay.
Well, Clay, honestly, I didn't know you felt that John was being a shitty friend to you. But again, I'm not in between that relationship. But I thought, as far as I know, everything John said to me about Clay has been positive. And even as recently as a month ago, when Clay's name came up, he was saying positive things about Clay.
Yeah. I think Clay, the final straw for him is that he found out that John was paying Ava. Now Clay didn't want to be paid, but I think it's the principle. I think even if John offered Clay money, Clay wouldn't take it. But the point that he didn't offer it to him and then gave it to Ava was...
that's possible. And I know Clay doesn't like Ava, and that's okay. Not everyone's going to like each other. And I like Ava and I like Clay, and I'm not going to get in the middle of those two not liking each other. And if John and Clay start going at it, I'm not getting involved in that either. But I do like Clay. I think he's a cool guy.
I kind of glossed over after you said Dan wasn't mentioned, but is there a bigger plan to have a for his channel, not just have the two shows? Maybe
no. The only plan was last week. Jerry, just go online and get a few super chats and just see what happens. And that was my plan too. I was like, I don't know how to use StreamYard. I don't know how to do any of this shit. I don't know how to share a screen. I don't know how to pull up a video. But you know what? I know how to learn. So,
I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I do think this is that so I think a lot of people expected John was going to pop on that show. And as time rolls on, and if John's not on, you or Ava show, do you see that hurting you guys down the road, less and less people?
No, because I'm not looking for anything. So I'm not looking for a future as a YouTuber. I'm not looking to do anything on YouTube. If I go on there for a few laughs and to give my opinion on a couple of things, and people want to send hate chats at me, that's fine. I don't care.
Rob, your camera's going insane. But
yeah, and then whatever Ava does when she goes on there, that's her business. She can do whatever she wants, and that's all great. John's not coming back. He's not coming back on YouTube in this form.
What was the thing a month ago where it said he was going to go live and he never went live? Was that going to be one of you guys then, or
no?
Do you have any
no,
idea
that was just him showing how many people he could get clicking in, and I think he had 400 or 500 people sitting there waiting. Mm-hmm. He was just proving a point with that to see how many people would tune in, and also. I know Shuli's been saying on his show that John's coming back. John has this plan. John's going to do this. John's going to do that. And he has inside information from John's friends. And so, people tune in expecting that to happen because they believe Shuli. Well, that's not what happened. And that was never planned. John's not coming back. Not to this. He may want to use the channel for something, but he hasn't decided. So I can't say there's a plan because no decision's been made.
So let's say he does come back and he wants to do a show where he talks to celebrities or politics, whatever it is. The Dabbleverse are going to be there, and they're going to send in these super chats that will bring up all these people. So,
right.
Do you think it'll eventually just go back to being a Dabbleverse show, or
if that's what he did? If he came back and did that, it would go right back to the Dabbleverse.
Yeah.
So if it were me. I look at some of the other YouTube channels, people who react to movies, people who react to music. It's not live.
Right.
They're not live streaming.
But then you're not getting the super chats.
Well, here's what some of those people do, though. First of all, some of them are making $20,000 a month in just ad revenue. And I know one guy who actually makes that much, and he's a great guy too. But So you can get money just by putting out videos if you're going to get enough views. The other thing is some of these people, most of their content is put out there not live, but then on a Saturday, they'll do a live stream for 4 or 5 hours. And then all the super chats come in then for people to ask them questions about themselves and stuff. And then they make a lot of money on that. So they might do 1, 2, or 3 live shows a month, and the rest of it's all just content that's not live. So maybe John would do something like that. You know, interview a that's a good idea. You said celebrity. Maybe he'd interview a celebrity, but put it out not live. But then
do it like a premiere.
Yeah, like a premiere or whatever. But no one, if you super chat a premiere, you're crazy. But you know, some people
because they can't really interact.
Because you can't, no one can. You're not going to interact with anybody.
Yeah. But they can pop it up, but they can't actually like read it.
But if John, let's say he interviewed a celebrity, and then a week later he goes on live on a Saturday afternoon and says, "All right, everybody, come on, ask me anything."
Yeah, I would assume it'd be a lot easier to deal with all the hate questions if you're just doing it once a week as opposed to every day. So.
Yeah. But again, that's not a plan. I mean, I just kind of got that off of your idea.
I'm still trying to get through the super chats. I haven't even been to the other chat. So Neal, feel free if you see anything interesting to pop it up. That's fine. I don't mind. I'm just, I'm horrible at multitasking, but go ahead. Read the next super chat, Neal.
Okay. Hold on. This is Light 632. Jer, Ava say you gay. Oh, you gave, I'm sorry, him nice blue cheesin' in Vegas true.
Well, first,
I'm not sure what this means.
Thank you for the $2. I'm just glad Rob got $2 for that. As far as I know, I never went to Vegas.
I mean, this guy, just not in this chat. I was just talking about this last week. He's got a couple other accounts. He's Bebop, Beat Boot, but
he's been around since I first started coming on your show.
I mean, this guy spends a fortune and talking about Ava's cock. I mean,
well, you know what? God bless him. As long as you're getting paid. You know, talk about Ava's cock all you want.
Oh, this must be like I get it, like the Bob Levy deal, the blue cheese. Maybe.
Yeah, the blue cheese. Yeah, always blue cheese. Yeah, he talks about blue cheese a lot.
I watched
you have to
Levy
decipher
do that a few times in person, and it didn't smell good in there.
I'm sure it did. Yeah.
All right, Neal, go ahead with the next one.
Take down DDT. So Jerry protects predators. Good to know.
Oh.
Okay, you're a predator too. You went after John in person and did something to him. You're a fucking predator. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, secretly recording somebody, is that I don't know. Is that a predator?
No, but he's an asshole. He's a piece of shit.
Why such a why do you? I mean, you seem cool and collected, but when it comes down to take down DDT, you really seem agitated with this guy.
Well, I don't know about because I don't even remember what he asked earlier, but whatever he asked, he's not serious about it. He's just trying to throw insults, and he can go fuck himself.
All right, next one, Neal.
Lyndon 49. The best is when Stuttering John shit his pants singing.
Was that on stage when he did the Doors song or what? I don't.
I think it was. Was he singing? It was on the live stream, and he just stops and looks to the side and then walks off.
Does that mean he shit? I mean, did you look in his pants? I don't know.
Yeah. My favorite was the vomiting.
Who hasn't shit themselves one time in their life?
And on a live stream,
Neal was telling me about I guess when I was in rehab, Stuttering John did a show where Ava and who was it? Ashley Cummings.
Ashley Cummings, yeah.
When they're like talking, and the whole time John's down in the corner puking. I've never laughed so hard.
Yeah, shit happens, man. People,
I mean, it's great. I'm laughing.
People puke, whatever, man. Who gives a fuck? It's funny.
All right. Neal.
Take down DDT, $20. Rob and Neal, appreciate what you guys do.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Next one.
Toddler Cock for $2. Day and Stuttering John picks first. That's a deflection, you slow.
Did I say that? Did I ever say somebody had Stuttering John picks first?
I don't. Not that
I didn't.
You did say something about somebody first, because then I made a joke about Rambo saying was First Blood, but I'm not sure your
First
reference
Love,
it was.
Yeah, but I never said that someone else had picks or anything that I remembered.
I don't know. I can't remember what I did 5 minutes ago. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Maybe I need like a court. I didn't know. Maybe I need a court transcriber for this episode. You know, like what do they call them?
They do the transcription now on YouTube after it's over.
Oh, or after
like
it's over.
around the next day, it'll pop up. I
I'll
go
go
to
back.
every show and I search Neal.
Yeah.
They don't talk about me. Skip it. Yeah.
I'm gonna go through and highlight it. But yeah. So. How often will people expect shows, and will people stick around without John on the Stuttering John network?
My guess would be no. You know, why would you watch me or Ava, especially me? Why would you do that? But
I like
you know,
the honesty.
But you know what? They're going to come on and super chat insults. I don't care. I'm not going to look. I don't even look at the pores. I don't even know how to read them. I haven't figured out StreamYard. But I know the super chats show up in this other column or whatever, and you can see those. So, but I don't give a fuck. Watch it, don't watch it. Maybe I'll go on, maybe I won't. I don't know.
All right. Any and there's no theme or topics lined up for the Vegas Beer Sales Jerry show?
It's not a show. It's a Vegas Beer Sales Jerry train wreck.
The train wreck.
But,
Okay.
yeah, the train wreck. But you know, I have one topic that is going to come up that, you know, I do have planned, and I don't know when I'm going to do it. Probably within the next few days. I'm not sure, depending on my schedule. But that's the only thing I have planned. Other than that, no, I don't know if I'm going to do anything beyond that. And what I'm talking about just has to do with showing some clips of some things that I know about and letting people see it. But that's as far as I'm going to go, and you can tune in if you want to see it.
Toddler cock for $2. Incognito interviewing. What scumbag would do that?
Oh, gee.
That is.
You know, John held a microphone up to people and said, WXRK, tape for broadcast. You know, he didn't say I'm Stuttering John with the Howard Stern show, but he did walk up there and hold up a microphone in their face.
Yeah. Not.
Do you think any of that's karma for all the past interview he's done?
Well, you know what? That's a good point, because you remember how pissed off Billy Crystal was?
Yeah, a lot of people.
You know,
were,
so you know, Shirley's really pissed off at John for trying to interview him in that hotel lobby.
Mhm.
Billy Crystal was really pissed off about that question that he got from John. But Billy Crystal didn't go start a show and go for 5 years doing a show about Stuttering John every day about what a piece of shit he is.
Yeah. You think that's I mean, I don't know. I haven't talked to. I mean, I don't have a relationship like that with Shuley where we talk about. I mean, why did he start the show? I mean, it's just not a conversation I had with him. But
well, I can tell you what I've seen.
You think it stems just from John trying to interview him in the airport?
No, that's one of the things. There's two main things that I heard Shuley say on his show. And one of them was that John tried to get him fired by going on his show with Royce and saying that Shuley was a mole and sending him information about the Howard Stern show.
Yeah, I do remember hearing
that. Was one thing. But again, and John's answer to that was, well, I did do that, but I also said that Mamet was my mole. I said JD was my mole. I said Richard was my mole. I said Sal was my mole. None of those guys started shows for 5 years doing shows about John, but Shuley did. So those are the two issues that I think I remember when, like the first time Shuley went on with WATP, he didn't discuss John at all. He said he didn't want to talk about it. And John's opinion, and also I share this opinion, was that after Shuley saw how well Carl was doing covering John and what kind of money Carl was making, that's when he decided to start doing Uncle Rico. And he said it was because of those two things. And maybe there was something else that I think John was mean to him about. Shuley had to mail back some videotape from Vegas one time, and John wasn't nice to him about it. Something like that, way back. 20 years ago.
Yeah, well, Grillo still holds on to some hostility of the way John treated him when he was an intern.
Yeah, and that's weird because like Grillo and John were on each other's shows just 6 months ago and getting along great. As far as I knew. John never said anything bad about Grillo to me either back then when Grillo was just moved out to Vegas and just started a show. And John went on his show to plug Grillo's show. He said he hoped Grillo did well out there. And he told Grillo, hey, if you need any help with anything in Vegas, I've got a friend named Jerry who you should talk to because, he's been in Vegas a long time and he knows people. And, one of the first things when Grillo contacted me, it was like, hey, man, my truck is breaking down. You know any good mechanics? I gave him 2 good mechanics to go to that are honest and would do a good job for him. That's what the whole point of John talking to Grillo was, hey, if you need to know anything about you're brand new in a town, you don't know anybody, talk to Jerry. He's a good guy. And that's what John told him. And then Grillo called me. And the first question he had was, hey, man, where should I go get my car fixed? And I gave him 2 places and he could decide which one to go to.
When you guys were at conventions together, weren't you filming like the fans when they'd come up to the table?
Not all the fans. I filmed. So 2 guys came up and started filming me.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, you're going to film me. Okay. So then I got my phone and filmed him. Is it okay if I see him filming me, then can I film him back just in case he does something with it?
Yeah, no.
That's it. That's all that was.
I didn't know if you were filming everybody that came up.
No, 100% no, man. It was, of course, the only time you saw it was the guy who was filming me, because he was filming me. I filmed him.
Actually, my new bifocals that are coming in are meta glasses, so I can start filming everybody. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, so member up. I'll be doing some streams from Atlantic City, talking to some people with my meta glasses.
Like, can I ask you a question, Neal or Rob? If someone just walked up to you and held their camera up and started filming you, I mean, would you film them back or ask them, why are you filming me?
With my temper, I would probably do what Anthony Cumia did at that.
Snatch his glasses and throw them on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, especially if they were talking shit like that. But no, yeah, I would probably be like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so that's what the guy was doing. And I didn't argue and fight with the guy because guess what? He paid John like $40 or $60 to do that. So yeah, that's great. Pay the money. But if you're going to film me, if you're going to film John, that's one thing. You're going to start filming at me. I'm going to film at you.
Okay. Everybody wants to get all the insides of in and out to John. Neal, go ahead.
Take down DDT for $10. Just so we're crystal clear, Jerry knows who had the pics, but chooses to protect sickos. Maybe someone else procured those images.
Yeah, take down DDT. You're right. Maybe it was you.
Maybe it was you that
there
did
we
it.
go.
Right. There you go.
All right. Go ahead.
Mark Batista, I don't know, $5. Jerry, real question. John sold his kid's picture to Vice for $300 and got upset when everyone picked up on it. Hypocrisy? It seems he forgot he did it.
So he sold his kid's picture, or he went on and did an interview about it?
He got ripped off. I got a lot more money from Vice when I sold a clip of my Harley race interview.
Well, I think they showed a clip that Cumia had put up. I think that's the picture they're talking about. So I don't think John legally can sell Cumia's picture. I don't know. Vice did put that picture up. I never even saw that documentary, by the way. I don't even know where to find it.
Yeah, it says Vice. What was it? It's called Dark Side of the 90s or the
about shock jocks or something.
Yeah.
But I never saw it. But and I don't. How do you know it was $300? I mean, I don't know that. John never told me, and I never asked him.
I think he may have mentioned it once on.
Maybe
on
he did.
Show.
If he said 300, then I'll say okay. John said 300, but I don't know. But I don't look into every little thing he does and pull up his mortgage papers and things like other people do here in this Dabbleverse.
All right, Neal.
Billy Jones for $5. For goodness sake, the dude who had pictures of Shuli's kids is Dabbling Dan. Shuli and his simps know this. Stop with the charade. Enough.
No.
Well, Billy Jones, I think you're a smart person.
All right. Next one, Neal.
John's gimpy Halloween hand for $5. Stuttering John could have flown both planes into the towers, and Beers Hills would find a way to excuse it.
Yeah, I think I would knock his block off if he did that. I would hurt John's feelings if he did that.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, John. Skippy Halloween hand. Go ahead.
Toddler Cox for $2. I watched Stuttering John Royce Year's Shuli Mole, is what he said.
Okay. How much do you want to bet that he said that about other people? And I will take as big of a bet as you will do. And you Venmo the money to Nasty Neal. I'll Venmo my part of it to Nasty Neal. And then I will go on and prove it. And then Nasty Neal will give me both monies back. Let's do that. Let's do it for $1,000.
You can't trust Nasty Neal. Who can you trust?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll trust Nasty Neal.
To be fair, to use another example, after the ESO thing, everybody started calling each other pedophiles when they didn't like them in the Dabbleverse. That's like me calling someone a pedophile over and over, and then they go, "Well, it's okay because I called this guy a pedophile too."
Right. Well, no, I'm not saying. Whatever. I mean, first of all, if you were listening to John and Royce, you could tell in their voices how they were laughing and goofing and joking, and that was a joke. I mean, if you go back and listen to those tapes, because that's audio only, they were joking, and they did. And so, but what this guy just super chatted said it was Shuli, and that's what Shuli says too. But they would say Shuli, and then 5 minutes later they would say Mehmet or somebody else. And so again, I'll put up however much money you want to put up, and I can play those tapes of them joking about all those people.
All right. Next.
Did you have? Oh, go on.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, did you have any input on the Rodney's deal?
Yeah, I suggested he did something else, but he went with Ava's idea.
Yeah, the Ava's idea was a terrible idea, right? Don't you think?
Well, I don't know. I mean, he did what he wanted to do, and again, he made his own decision.
You really don't think he could have won over that? Because I think they were ready to go along with the jokes and
here's what I will say about some dabblers, because actually I do talk to some of them that aren't animals and are actually decent people. There are a few like that who happen to watch TSN and watch WATP and other shows, but they're not animals. Now a lot of them that are super chatting tonight are in the animal category.
Oh, geez.
But the ones who aren't, you might be able to win some of them over.
Well,
I know how well
when you went to Hackamania.
That's what I was just about to say. Yeah. So
but
the way I was treated at Hackamania, and so many people were nice to me, fans and stuff like that, and they knew I'm friends with John. Had John walked in that with me or without me, had he just walked into that event, he would have got a standing ovation.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, based about at that time, I'm talking 2 years ago, the people who walked up to me and said positive things, really surprised me. I couldn't believe it. I was pretty shocked about it, but I had a great time, and I think John would have had a good time.
Yeah, everybody's
but again,
a lot more.
There were a few people who were there who are animals, and John doesn't want to interact with those animals.
Because even when I was still doing John's show before I went to rehab, I went to one of those things at the Brigada, and everybody couldn't have been nice.
I think when you see people in person, it's like
it's different. Yeah, online it's easy to just trash talk.
Hey Rob, weren't people like maybe a show host or dabblers, I can't remember, threatening to come to your job and
that was Chad Zumach starting.
Oh, that's who that was. That
was
piece
Chad.
of shit?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Actually, my job had his picture, and the security was going to remove him if he did show up to there.
Okay.
And I wasn't even working that day. I took off. It was they still didn't want him in there after I sent him all the stuff he was saying he was going to come to Hard Rock and do to try to get me in trouble.
Yeah, so that's one of the animals.
Yeah. I do think now that there's so many lawsuits, that changes things too.
It does.
Before
Like
that,
2
it
years
could have
ago,
just been like, look
2
at
years ago, I mean, that was a great time. I don't know that would happen today because,
yeah.
you know, and
at that
people
point,
are
it's just
upset.
people messing with each other online. It's like
Online,
trolling,
yeah. Now, once the law gets involved, but all right, go ahead with this next super chat, Neal.
He's the protagonist for $5. Okay, so Jer knows who had the photos, and Stuttering John received the photos either by mail or text, and threatened to release them, but deleted them.
Okay, so we've been asked this question about 8,000 times tonight, but he never threatened to release them. Show me that. Show me where he threatened to release any pictures. He did say that he had them, and he made a comment about one of Shuli's kids.
Well, he's implying if you're telling people, like that's the thing with Jerry. I think that's the technicality. I think that John uses a lot. Jerry's like, well, I didn't say I was going to do anything, but when you go on and you go, oh, you know, I got this and I got that, it's kind of implied that you're saying, hey,
all right, okay,
watch your step, or this is going to happen.
Okay, so yeah, if it's implied, it wasn't said, and that's fine if it's taken that way, and if John meant it that way, that's fine. But I did tell John, I didn't think you should have mentioned that. But you know, that's it. He didn't release them. And guess what? As far as I know, I never saw those pictures, but from what people have messaged me, it was pictures from social media that Shuli or someone in his family had put out, which I'm not saying they should be taken and looked at and stuff, but again, you can't control what freaks are going to send shit to you. He just shouldn't have mentioned it.
Mule wants to ask one question. Are you okay with Mule?
Mule and Vegas beer sales, Jerry.
Oh yeah, he was on your show.
Mule and I are cool. We send each other things about music and stuff.
All right, this is the Mule Minute.
A Mule Minute tonight. Hey Mule. Are you bringing him on, or am I?
I don't know.
I got him.
All right.
Hey, Mule.
What happened?
Oh, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Mule, my man.
And I have to say, Mule, when you left on your show, Jerry, you left Mule live by himself.
Oh, I know. Like I told you, I had to use StreamYard. I didn't know how to end stream. I thought if I clicked this button, it would end it. I
X out.
So I went back on and then I hit end stream.
And so Mule's a guy you can trust because he could have done something terrible. And
Mule and I are cool. I mean, Mule and I've never had a problem with him. I mean, he did play a joke on me one time, but I was okay with that because I didn't care. I thought it was kind of funny.
What joke?
When you sent me that picture and then I sent it to John, and so John put it on the air and
the Shuli black eye.
With the fake black eye. I mean, first of all, I was driving and you sent it to me. I couldn't even look at it. I'm driving down the road. You sent me that picture, so I just immediately just hit send right to John. I didn't even barely look at it, and I said, John, take a look at this. I don't know what it is, if it's real or not, because I can't see
I didn't know if it was real, dude. I
couldn't see it. It was so blurry. It was on my iPhone while I'm driving down the road, so I just clicked send. I couldn't really get a good look at it. So once I saw it later, it was obvious. But anyway, so then later that night, Shuli goes on the air. Oh, look at this! How how dumb John's people are. They believe anything we put out there. It's like, no, I didn't believe it. I just forwarded something that came to me. I could hardly see it. When I saw it later, then I knew.
Let's get this Mule Minute underway. I
like Mule.
I'm going to take this Mule Minute to take a piss. So I'll be back. And Neal, you handle the Mule Minute, please.
Right there. Go take your piss, bro.
Mule does piss streams on X.
I know.
I already did one to prove myself. I'm on a new account because I got banned.
All right. I thought maybe you were going to do that on the live show with Jerry. Like when Jerry left, I thought maybe we were going to do a live
I can't play my camera on StreamYard.
All right. Fair enough. Probably good thing for the channel.
I can't do it. I can't, I touch it.
Did he just cut himself off?
I think he just cut himself off. He said when I touch it, and then he touched his phone or whatever.
Yeah. I'll let him back.
I touch the camera and it goes, "You can't do this," and it mutes everything.
Yeah, you're gonna go blind if you keep touching it, Mule.
No, I'm not touching that thing.
All right. So what? So what? You've been asking for the link now for like 2 hours. So what was so important to tell Jerry?
No, Jerry's a good dude, man. I don't have no problem with Jerry.
I didn't say
I have a problem with whoever fucking reported me on X, bro.
Yeah, I don't even know. I saw your DM earlier that that somebody reported you. I don't even know what you got reported for. I don't even know what happened.
I was replying to that karmic post that he posted about the Jews killing fucking Michael Jackson. And I was like, "Hey, Carbo, just kill all the Jews."
Well, yeah, we don't need this on the show.
And I was just joking around. Like,
yeah,
I was like, all right. And I even put a Z on the end instead of an S.
Yeah, but on audio, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I was like, and then I got a 12-hour ban.
Man, how about that?
That's a bunch of bullshit.
Missy B thinks you might be drunk.
I might be, Missy B.
I mean, you are awake. So, yeah, pretty good.
I might be, Missy B.
Did you have anything to ask Jerry himself, or just talk about your ex?
My ex?
Your Twitter.
Did I not say something I needed to tell Jerry?
I don't know, man. You've been asking me for 2 hours to send you the link.
Well, he does that with me too. When he used to always say, "Hey, tell John to send me the link. Tell John to send me the link." And I would tell John, I'd say, "John, Mule wants the link," and then it's up to John.
This is the longest Mule minute. I pissed. I took the dogs out to piss, and
and it's the worst one so far.
Yeah.
No.
All right. So what did you ask your question yet, Mule? We got to move this along. I still got more super chat to get to and more questions for Jerry. What did you need to ask Jerry?
Rob, just calm down. I know you're rolling in money right now.
Yes. Like Scrooge McDuck in my super chats. Just flapping through.
I know. Everybody hates it.
They're all drying up now.
Everybody hates me.
All right, Mule, spit it out. Let's hear it.
Hey, Jerry, you going live on John's show tomorrow night?
I'm not sure yet, but I'll let you know.
Yeah, originally I believe he was going to go live tonight, and we were going to I'll lead into it, but it's getting kind of late.
Yeah, I was going to, but it's getting pretty late, so probably not.
Do it tomorrow night. Come on, Jerry.
Yeah.
Come
on, send me a link.
One fan, Jerry, for the.
I do. I have one fan.
Could be your co-host, Mule.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'd be all right.
You won't get a word in, but you said you don't mind. So
no, I'd be all right.
Shut up, Robert.
Mule has an open invitation on the train ride.
There you go.
We have a good time, Bo. We have a good time. I have a good time when I call in or chime in here for a couple minutes.
I do appreciate that Mule put us over, Rob and I, on Jerry's show the other night.
Yeah.
Mule, I have nothing but love for you. Nothing but love for you, but I can only take you in small doses. I'm sorry.
I love you. I love you, Robert. Nasty Neal, love you.
All right, thank you.
We love
there
you too, Mule.
Yeah, that's Mule. I almost called him Nasty Mule. I don't know. I'm so confused. I'm confusing everybody.
Yeah, we sound a lot alike.
Yes. Oh, by the way, Husey, I had him doing on the members only. If you sign up, doing his impression of you, although not that accurate, it still makes me crack up laughing.
Oh yeah, because Bacon had mentioned this, but I didn't get to see it. Bacon.
I see a question from Sunflower Dragon. I just want to because I'm looking at my phone. Underneath
the super chat because we're going to get
it's a super chat. It's a super chat, and
I don't care what I'll put it up if
Sunflower Dragon.
Go ahead.
It's not that one.
We'll take them in order. We'll get to it.
Yeah, let's just go in order.
Here, let's go this one. Then this is next.
Take down EDT for $10. Jerry, why the ass, taint, balls, shaft, and helmet? What's your payoff with Stuttering John? We all know you have an end game with him, where you make bank off him and you leave him broke again.
Is that?
Well, I don't know, but just tell me where all his money is, and then we'll figure it out.
You got to get the Stuttering John.
The fortune, the Melendez fortune. Oh God.
Sunflower Dragon. John sold the rights to his oldest adult child's photo to Vice. This means he no longer owns any right to it.
I don't know that that's true. I mean, the only photo I know was a Twitter photo, which wouldn't have belonged to John in the first place. I thought John was paid for his appearance on that show. You know, I know everyone keeps saying he was paid for a photo. I don't know that to be true. But if there is evidence of that, I'd like to see it, and then I'll agree. But I don't know that he did that.
All right. Well, there's that. Geez, hold on. I'm trying to go ahead.
Chillin', $2. Do you have your Shuley glasses?
I do, and even Jerry asked, and maybe it's you. I still do some Shuley stuff. Shuley laughs about it and stuff, but I just feel weird doing it while one of his nemesis is on the show.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm an arch nemesis.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like, I don't know. It makes me feel a little dirty. So,
okay, no, that's cool.
I'll give you.
The only reason I mentioned it is I just wanted you to know I really thought it was funny. Back
yeah, I mean, a lot of people requested. I get it. I'm not saying. I just don't want Shuley to think I'm, you know.
Yeah, I remember the first time you did it with John, and John like started to really ask you like real questions, like you were Shuley.
Yeah, then he started getting angry. Like
he
started screaming at me questions like I was Shuley.
Yeah.
He became Shuley. All right, Neal, go ahead.
Toddler Cock, $2. I admit I'm wrong. Send me all Royce's years, please. It's gone. I guess like the all the videos of John and
no,
and Royce
it's audio. Hey, you know what? Go to Apple Podcasts. They're still there.
Oh, okay.
This is probably the question you were talking about.
Sunflower Dragon.
Oh yeah.
He's been texting you during the show, Jerry.
No, I'm on a shitty laptop up here on StreamYard, and I can barely see the screen, and so I'm looking down at my phone to see the chat. I haven't texted one person.
There you go.
Yeah, if you use mobile StreamYard, it's like really hard to see the chat, and it's very small too.
Yeah, no,
like a couple chats. Yeah.
No, so I'm on my phone, it's just regular YouTube app.
Yeah, if you go to the regular chat, you can see.
Yeah, and then
I know that from experience. So.
Yeah, and then on my laptop, it's StreamYard. But again, I have a hard time seeing it right now.
Another super chat from Jerry's
Takedown
favorite guy.
DVT, $5. Rob, Neal, big night tonight. Jerry admits that he protects Preds, and Stuttering John is flat fucking broke. #HeelHawk.
Well, I'm just glad that you know so much about John. I know it's your job to know so much about John, and it's such an important thing in your life. So that's good. And I'm really glad about Rob getting all this money tonight. And I hope he's sharing it with Nasty Neal. But if he is or isn't, it doesn't matter to me. That's y'all's business. But I'm glad that this is happening.
I pay Nasty Neal in compliments.
Well, I know Rob had some problems, because he was in rehab and.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, Ava.
He's mentioned that himself on the show before. Ava Riza, $10. Shuley said there's no way John told her. Put on whoever you want. John is so insecure. No, there's no way in hell John let me on his channel. No way in hell on PvP, and I called his bluff.
That's 100% true, what she's saying right now. John said, put on whoever you want. So she's right about that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I just don't think, with I can't take any opinion on this, but I just know when there's things change when there's court stuff involved. So I think that's probably the reason why.
Yeah, and I think Shuley really wanted to talk to John. You know what I mean? Not necessarily talk to Ava about John.
Oh, it's our friend Missy B.
Yeah, for $5. Hope you guys are well. Have a nice weekend. Well, that's very
Thank
nice.
you, Missy B. There you go. All right. So, all right. Well, that's we're through the super chat machine.
All right.
Neal, do you have any questions, concerns?
Well, I think I went through all the stuff I really wanted to ask about. So,
Great.
Oh, I do have one question actually, because you'd mentioned
Okay.
you had another idea for Rodney's, and that John went with Ava's. What was your idea?
I would have started pointing out all his nemesis in the room and saying a funny, welcome like thing to them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go mean. I wouldn't get on there and say, "Oh, that guy's an asshole." No, I would have made a joke about each person,
Like a roast kind of deal.
like a roast. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what the idea was, and we talked about it and debated.
Yeah, that would
it.
have killed.
I think
Lady
I really
K
think-
was in the audience. Poppy.
Yeah, Kevin.
Even
Brennan.
just mentioning those names, I think would have got a big laugh.
Yeah, it would
Yeah.
have got a pop. His nicknames people love. They all would have got a big pop if he would have said, "Look, we see Lady K in the audience. There's Baby Fatso." Well, no, Chad wasn't there, was he? I don't know.
No, but
Pinky was there, right?
Yeah, Pinky. Yeah, he calls him Pinky.
So yeah, I mean, I just think that was the of all the scenarios to do, I think that was probably the worst one.
Now, I do have another question too. I used to get silenced all the time in John's chat, and I know it wasn't Ditka. So I used to think it must have been you. Were you?
I've never been a mod on his channel and ever. And so, like, even if I'll just go to the chat and just put in one chat, you don't see a wrench by my name back in those days.
Okay.
I was never a mod. He didn't tell me who the mod was. He just told me that when we were in LA. I'm like, well, who was modding? And he told it was a person, who's been around a long time who just doesn't come on the air, or they don't even tweet. They don't do anything other than it's someone who's a fan of John's.
Okay.
And, I didn't even know about that. He never told me.
Yeah,
it wasn't Ava either.
After I was on the outs, I got silenced a lot in the chat too. I noticed that. I'm skipping these Bo Beardington. I found out these. I hate that YouTube added these pennies on here.
That they're actually worth a half a penny each, so that's 1 whole cent.
Yes, I
don't like how they just pop up and take up some of the screen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I put it up now, but I have been skipping them because once I found out they were half a pennies. But
but down in the chat, it starts covering up the chat if you're just watching the show.
Yeah. Okay, he's doing more. Yeah, because they'll keep doing it, and you know what? Then they put them with my super chats too. So it's like I gotta skip around them for the super chats. So we do have a super chat. Go ahead and
throw down DDT for $5. So Jer Bear doesn't respond to me, but tried to drive a financial wedge between Rob and Neal.
Oh yeah, right.
So Rob actually mentioned this on the show because
this
I don't
guy,
like to say too much, but he had some financial issues because he was in rehab and stuff. So
yeah,
I'm not that worried about it.
Yeah. So, but look how this guy takes. He's got the TSN playbook down, and he's reading the script that they have.
Yeah. Rehab bills. Somebody said, I think it was Bo Beardington, thinks all the money's going towards crab cakes.
Yeah, if Rob starts posting all the stuff he's buying, like Chad. Then,
I know. All of a sudden. Going around with a gold chain and a fucking motorcycle. Boy, my next grift is I want to start taking college courses. I think I want to go to the opposite of bartending, and I think I'm going to get licensed to be a drug and alcohol counselor.
Oh, nice! That's a good idea.
I'm going to get certified to do that. That's what I want to do. Because I'll tell you. I've been blessed with a few during this journey, a few good places and some good people, but this last place, I mean, just it makes you look. It's like some of these people shouldn't be anywhere near addicts. They're just pieces of shit. So I'd like to get involved myself, not just talk shit about what's being done wrong, but be involved myself, Neal.
That'd be great.
I like that. Yeah.
Just that idea of mine. I'm looking at the super. Oh yeah, we do have a real one. I'm looking at the penny.
We could send John to you. That would be amazing. That would be a great
yeah, a show. That would be a reality show filming it. That'd be great. 5 cents from
sweet. Yeah. See, it's
30
adding up.
joules?
You're up to 6 cents. Yeah.
Clutch. There.
Fucking Bo Beardington, man. You gotta quit that shit.
Bo
right.
Beardington, my man.
My man, Bo Beardington.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, I like Bo.
Right.
Ava, after I ended my stream, Shuli went live and lied about what he said on PvP. If you don't believe me, watch the clip. Pathological liar, bald hackworm.
Oh, wow.
Well, you know, I know honest Ava is a very honest person.
Are you being facetious, Nasty Neal?
Maybe. I don't know.
Jeez. Sunflower Dragon with us, too. Go ahead.
Sunflower Dragon for $5. Jerry, do you think John has ever lied to you or other friends of his? Not in integrity verification. Also, are things always done his way?
If he lied to me, I never found out about it. You know, sometimes when people lie to me and then I find out later about it, or even if I know then, you know, that'll change my opinion of the person, but depending on what the lie was about. But as far as I know, he hasn't. If he did, I haven't found out yet, but we'll see. Are things always done his way? No, I've actually changed his mind on a couple of things. It's not easy. The dude, he knows what he wants to do. But, you know, we've talked about stuff.
Now, before your and Ava's idea for Rodney's, did he have his own idea, like what he was going to do originally?
Well, originally when he booked it, he didn't even know Kumia was going to do this thing, but he was just going to do his regular set. But then once he knew about that, he asked what we thought, and he was thinking of some ideas too. But the main two ideas we talked about were the roasting or reading the police report.
And you went with the wrong one. I mean, the roasting would have been great. That would have been great. I think that would have got pops.
I'm Team Jerry on that one.
Yeah. All right.
Take down DDT for $5. Okay, Jerry, real talk. When did the cats die? Wow.
Didn't John, not too long ago before he stopped doing his show, wasn't he showing something on his table or whatever, and then someone could see a cat in the background, and then that verified at least one cat was there, and Shuli put that all up on his show, and that was months after people were saying his cats were dead. So, you know, I don't know, but you know what? John has cats. I took care of those cats, and they're great cats. I have cats at my house, and I had one die about 6 months ago, and that's no fun. But you know, whether John's cat is alive, dead, sick, healthy, whatever, that's his business. Why are you so obsessed about his cats?
John also, remember what was his thing? Speaking of, I have Nikki here in my lap. Remember he said, once Rob got out of rehab, the dogs disappeared from his lap. That must mean he was fucking them and he stopped because he stopped drinking.
Yeah.
I'm like, why would the dog be in my lap? The dogs don't dogs don't want to be sexually assaulted. I hate to tell you, dogs don't curl up and beg to be sexually assaulted.
Maybe you're very gentle with them. Yeah. The gentle dog lover. Mule. Jer, me, you, and Missy B tomorrow night. I have cues. We didn't have any tonight, Mule.
Yeah. Mule, just ask me any questions you want.
It's questions. I mean, it takes 5 minutes, 10 minutes of rambling before the question comes out.
He was asking the whole show the last 2 hours for the link, and so I assumed he had something really important, but he just started talking about his.
And then when we finally found out what the question is like, hey, you going live tomorrow? You can just fucking tweet that.
Yeah. Can you send me the link?
Yeah. Fucking Mule. Gotta love him.
I'm a Mule fan.
Johnny
boy.
Yeah. Duke is the best. Bo Beardington, my man. He'll always be Team Duke.
Yeah, Bo and Reverend Rage, I think, were the two guys that were always like Team Duke
Yeah.
and seemed like and legit about it. They weren't, trolling or anything.
She says, Rob, here is the time-stamped link, and then there's nothing there.
Yeah, well, I don't think you can send a link in the chat unless you're one of the mods.
That's why.
So.
Yeah. Well, listen, we'll do some. If anybody wants to send, everybody's got my email address. It's rob@robsaul.com. If anybody wants to send, stuff, follow-ups, we'll cover it on next show. The stuff that examples were asked for and stuff like that. If I find anything of note, I will get that to you on next show. But I do want to thank. Yeah, Missy B is already declining the the invitation to be on with Jerry and Neal. I can't understand Missy.
Yeah,
B.
I don't understand it either. I don't know why Mule, thinks
that's a dream team right there. Missy B. Missy
yeah, that
B,
might be a whole new
Jerry and Neal.
Remember that show like Hannity and Combs where they were on opposite sides? Yeah. Everybody loved it.
Oh yeah,
have a Vegas beer sales Jerry and Missy B. With Mule.
Neal is the moderator.
Well, Jerry, I thank you for coming on and, of course, chatting with us and answering to the super chats. I mean, a lot of people don't have the balls to come on and hide. At least you could come on and do that. The only thing I did that I didn't get to ask you was my question from you. Is people kept coming to me and saying, "Why are you letting this guy on?" He was on with Stuttering John, mocking your sobriety and hoping for your relapse. I've never seen any evidence of that.
Yeah. Right. They always make accusations with no evidence because that never happened. I would never do that. And, I don't know that you know that, but that never happened. And, so let's see the evidence.
Yeah. There was something I remember with John was doing something, and I said something on Twitter like, "Go ahead and tell him, Jerry." And Jerry actually DM'd me. He's like, "Hey, if you want to ask me anything, just ask me." But
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, there was some tweet, and I wasn't sure if you were mad at me or not about something, and so that's what. And maybe someone told you something, and so that's why I just said, "Hey, man, if there's something going on, just let me know."
I think at that point I was just angry with anyone on the John camp because he was going pretty hard on me, but then I was going pretty hard back. So it is what it is.
Did you have input on the Melton house? When he's holding.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was going to ask that too.
Yeah, I did have input on that. So
all right, he should have listened more to you because I think that was very funny to be honest.
So what do you want? You want me to tell you the whole story or just?
Yeah, I would love to hear the story.
Okay, so Melton was doing shows, putting up pictures of John's oldest kid.
Yeah, he did like one at a time.
Yeah,
reveal.
Right. Yeah, so he was doing all that. He was really trashing John, and I never saw much of that. I saw a clip of it, but I don't watch Melton, and I know who he is, but he was pretty much a mystery to me at that time. But then. So John started trashing him on his show. That's when I figured out, things about Melton. And so John would threaten to come to Hackamania, the first Hackamania, and let Melton have it. And so Melton's like, well, come on, come to Hackamania. Let's see what happens. And so I thought that shit was kind of funny. And then, but I knew John wasn't coming to Hackamania, even though he claimed he was. Yeah. But John said, hey, I am driving through Vegas the next month. In June, and so we should do something. And I said, and he goes, I know where Melton lives. And I said, okay, are you sure? And he goes, yeah. And I said, okay. And so he sent it to me. He goes, let's just go over there and just yell and scream like, but I'm going to hold up a boom box like that. Say anything. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, that's funny. And so. Like I went to Goodwill and found something that looks like a boombox for $3. That's what I got, and that's the thing Cardiff thought was funny. But so I went and got the prop, and John shows up in Vegas, and by the way, so he let me know his address, and so I look it up because I'm not going to some guy's house and we have the wrong house.
Jerry.
I'm not going to participate in that. And then so John said on the air, he goes, I'm going to Melton's house, and and Jerry's going to film me. He's going to stand out there and just film me, and I'm going to do everything. And so then Shuli DMs me. He goes, "That's not a good look, Jerry. You shouldn't do that." And I said, "Well, I'm just going to film him. I'm not going to do anything other than stand on a corner and film, So, but anyway, so then so John shows up in town. We get the boombox. We drive over there, and John does his performance. And I loved how he was shaking his arms and all that. Like you'll see guys,
it's very funny.
Street guys do that shit. I thought it was funny as hell. And then we drove through the neighborhood, and he filmed some of the houses, and he was yelling and screaming. And then Cardiff made a really funny video after that with the Sopranos theme, and showed John and me driving down the street with the houses passing by. Yeah. And so it was just fucking funny. But of course, that night and the next day, all of a sudden on Twitter, people are doxing this other guy named Jerry, who's a beer salesman in Vegas. And there's already starting to fuck with this guy and say that this guy doxed Melton's house and took John to it. And he told everyone in the internet where Melton lives. That's not what we did. I filmed John standing in a street with no street name.
Yeah. Did you have any plans if Melton actually came out?
I'm sure if Melton came out, nothing would have happened. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, John wasn't going to run up there and start hitting them. They would have yelled at each other. They would have yelled at each other and called each other names, and then that would have been it.
Which would have been great for both of them, I think.
Yeah. That would have been funny as hell if I captured that.
Read this one.
This is from Mars, who does the great the baby videos of Karmic.
Yeah, Karmic. He used to do Baby John. Now he does Baby Karmic. Yeah.
8/15/2023. John said that Vice Hulu gave him an extra $300 for anything he may have, and he gave them the screenshot of the tweet with Knight.
Okay, so
I do remember that, honestly.
So he gave them the screenshot of a tweet that was already public. It was already out there, and he was hoping it would make Cumia look bad by Cumia going after his kid. Maybe that's what happened. But if he said 300 on the air, then let's say yes, it was 300. But again, you're probably one of the same people who says John lies about everything. But when he goes on and says 300, now you believe it, and you're going to hold it up as evidence. So that's fine. If it's 300, it's 300. And if you put the screenshot up, guess what? I've had some of these animals put pictures of my family up on fucking Twitter and shit, and I retweeted it to show what animals that these TSN fans are. For the same reason. I'm like, look at these animals. Look at this piece of shit.
Yeah, I would just say I think Sunflowers, her super chat earlier was, if John sold that picture for $300, he no longer owns the right to it. So if anyone else shows it,
but it was a public thing on Twitter, so I don't think Vice had to pay him for it. But if they paid him for it, he just made $300. But I think Vice
once
can
he
show
accepts
whatever
the
they
money,
want.
then Vice owns it. So it's like you're saying, sharing that picture, it's public domain.
But it wasn't John's picture.
Well,
it's a tweet that Anthony put up.
Yeah.
So John never owned it to sell it.
Yeah.
Reverend Fug Lee for $2. Jerry, do you have a neck injury?
Actually, I do. I do. I have a pretty bad.
I don't laugh at that.
It fucking hurts.
That. Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
It's actually not it's not an injury as much of it is a degeneration of the disc and the cervical spine.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's life, man. It's just what it is.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's fucking. The older you get, man, life will beat you up. I know I dealt with the back stuff. Just don't get hooked on the pain medicine, kids.
No, I don't. I've never taken anything for this, man. I just like pop my neck and shit like that, and I try to apply a little traction. That's about it.
All right, I was kidding. All right, we got a couple more, and then we got to get moving on.
Voltaire for $2. The dirtbag bragged Vice paid him $300.
Okay, so he tricked Vice into paying him $300 for something they didn't have to pay for at all. Okay, it's fine. So it's
I'm just saying that he got ripped because Vice paid me a lot more for some dark.
I know. Yeah, I would have asked. He should have held out for more.
Well, Dark Side of the Ring is a more popular.
That's true. Good point. Good point.
Yeah, that's their main staple of the Dark Side series.
Takedown DDT $2. Public service announcement: Jerry protects Preds. I'm sorry.
Okay, keep saying it. That's fine. You can believe whatever you want. Neal, before we go, I did want to ask you one question. I know you're into wrestling. Did you ever see Moondog Mayne?
That's probably a little bit before my day.
Okay. He was like one of my favorites back in the 70s.
Was he one of the original Demolition? Because I know
I don't know about that, but he was in San Francisco and LA, and then he went to Texas and wrestled against the Von Erichs. And so he was the heel, against the Von Erichs, and then he turned face later and joined with them. This was probably around 78, 1977.
Yeah, I was born in 76, so it would have been.
Oh, okay. So, I was watching those shows back then. And
yeah.
So he died in a car crash in 78. But he was so fucking funny. He was such a good heel. And then he was good as a face, too.
Yeah. Because the original Demolition,
one
of them was one of the Moondogs. And all the audience knew
Smash.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Before, it was Bill Eadie was Axe, and then Moondog was Smash, and then it went to what's his
Barry
face?
Darsow.
Yeah, I saw Rocky Johnson in person in the mid 70s and stuff. He would come to Dallas and wrestle.
Yeah, we met him, me and my brother, at a convention, and he because my brother would draw caricatures of all the wrestlers, and people would sign them. It was cool. And so he commissioned, he said he was going to commission my brother to draw this big picture of him, and he did, and he sent it to him, and then he never sent him anything.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Well, Jerry, thank you for coming on and chatting with us and spending your time with us today. Geez, every time I try to end another super check and sorry, go ahead.
It's going to your pocket.
Yeah.
Right, and I think Jerry's right. Eventually, I'll get part of this. Takedown DDT $5. Hey, Jerry, I know you're into wrestling too. Why do you protect Preds?
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, as long as you got $5, man.
Sunflower Dragon. John didn't trick Vice. They had to buy the rights to the photo that Anthony tweeted in order to legally publish it. They own it now.
Well, how did John have the rights to sell it? I'm not arguing Sunflower.
I think because his child was in it.
Okay, well, I still don't think he had the rights to it, but again, that's just semantics, whatever. I think it shows an example of what an animal that the person who tweeted it in the first place is.
Rev Fugly, $5. Gargling, Stuttering John's beanbag messed up your neck.
Jesus Christ.
I'm glad it was $5. Thank you.
They're ruthless here, I'll tell you. But Jerry, you came on, you answered all the questions. I do appreciate you coming on and chatting with us. And again, I've had no personal issues, and my issues were with Stuttering John, and I know other people have had some stuff, but here we go. One more from your friend.
Takedown DDT for $5. John invented the rights to the photo. Father of the Year. Invented.
All right. Well, there you go. Well, I don't know how to respond to that, but yeah, Jerry, you can come on anytime, and
I think the idea is that Knight's photo wouldn't have been seen on Vice if John didn't take money for it to be seen. Yeah,
that's
okay. Well, if I were John, and I've never really discussed the Vice thing with John, and I will ask him, about it. But if it were me, and I agreed to put that up, it would probably be to show what an animal the person who put it up in the first place is.
Yeah, I think Jerry, it's also the case of what do they say, biting off your nose to spoil. What
right. Well, if John didn't want people to see Knight, to know what Knight looks like, the idea of having it on a TV show is probably bad.
Yeah, but he
But again, the people who saw it on the TV show, who aren't Dabbleverse people, aren't going to do anything about that other than see it. The Dabbleverse had already put it all over Reddit, Twitter, everywhere else. And those are the people who like to fuck with John's kids. So those people already had all that shit. So, you know, I don't know, but that's my opinion.
Ava, can someone for $5? Can someone remind Sunflower that John isn't her alcoholic father?
What's that? Is there a backstory?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah. She really doesn't like Sunflower Dragon, huh?
I don't know. They used to get along, you know.
Yeah. Well, then Ava was claiming she was fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that too, and I never thought
that.
I really liked Sunflower's chats. I really thought
Yeah.
she had some thoughtful, good chats, you know, back in the day.
And like you said, she never was like just trolling or anything.
No, she wasn't trolling, and if she disagreed with something, she disagreed, but she was, you know, she was just upfront about it.
Takedown DDT. Can someone remind Ava John is an alcoholic father?
Can you come up with anything original, Takedown DDT?
Oh boy. Well, again, Jerry, thank you for coming on. We appreciate you. And is there anything you want to plug aside from the Stuttering John channel?
Just watch the Stuttering John channel to see what pops up. You never know what day, what time, something may happen. It's going to be on the Stuttering John channel. If I do anything, it would be the train wreck. But there may be other things that pop up on there.
Do you think Rob's going to pop up on there?
I don't know, Rob. Maybe if I invited you, we would see what would happen. You might say yes, you might say no, but I've got some other things I got to do first anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess if they're willing to let Shuley on there, I think I got
no. You're welcome,
on
John. Rob, you're welcome anytime with me on anything, whether it was my channel, John's channel, whatever. If you had a problem going on John's channel, I would understand. But John does not have a problem with anybody coming on his channel. I can invite whoever I want.
Oh, there you have it. You may see me back on the Stuttering John channel. But all right, Jerry, thank you for coming on and answering all our questions and the super chats questions.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's good to talk to you guys.
Thanks for doing it.
All right, no problem. I'll see y'all later.
All right. Vegas beer sales, Jerry. There you go. Sunflower Dragon said, Ava, unlike your father, my father never drank. Wow. It's a war of words now.
Oh.
You're going to take that, Ava? Send another super chat. Boy. Well, listen, good get there, Neal.
Yeah, I set up Jerry right after he did his live show.
Yeah.
And some people are very mad, I have to say, that we're having him on. But
well, yeah,
I thought it'd be a good guest. And I would say people out there, because people are like, not everyone, and I actually had no problem with Jerry, but not everyone that's on the show is going to be like someone we all get along with, or we're all like best friends with, or else there's going to only be like 5 people that ever on the show. You know what I mean? So.
And by the way, we know that I like today. I usually interact with all the chats, but the super chats just didn't stop. And I think I was telling you, I'm like, even when people complain that when they don't like the guest is on, but that's when they send the most super chats.
Yeah.
Is when you can't keep up, but Jeez. Yeah. Well, listen, the one we were talking about, the guest you were talking about that followed you, man, if you got that person, I'd have to give you the money for that. that would break the bank. But
yeah. I was very shocked actually, but yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, yeah. Well, I got to work tomorrow. I do. I got to go back to it. My days off go by so quick, but so we'll get that. Reverend Rage, we'll get he has been a member here for 6 months, which I appreciate.
Yeah, I like Reverend Rage. Reverend Rage wants to team up actually with DJ Curly Bear and put out some new raps.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, with Sunflower Dragon will probably break up with me.
Sunflower Dragon is not a fan of DJ Curly Bear. She's not. She's not like us. She doesn't get it. She's not hip to DJ Curly Bear.
No, also not into wrestling.
Well, you know, now in the Me Too era, DJ Curly Bear's problematic lyrics may not.
Yeah, I'm not sure there was ever an era they weren't problematic.
Stuttering John wasn't wondering where Sunflower Dragon was at. What?
Yeah, where were you, Sunflower Dragon?
Yeah. Where were you? Takedown DDT. Thank you for all your contributions tonight. I appreciate you, sir. And by the way, I thought that the flower bit was brilliant, especially with saying it was for Ukraine. You know, I don't know.
I'm a fan. I will never not think it's funny to have a giant flower.
And the photoshops that came out of that were just fucking gold. Yeah. I mean, they really had me laughing. So thank you, Takedown DDT. Ava again. Sorry. You read that, it's long, and you know my eyes. I still need my glasses.
Sunflower. This is Ava, $5. Sunflower. Whoever the fuck the person you are projecting all your trauma on to John about that you weirded everyone out about on your first stream.
What happened on the first stream? Did Sunflower Dragon talk about trauma or?
I just talked about John, like that he's an alcoholic, which I think is,
well, yeah, I mean,
that's pretty
people,
obvious. It's not like she's the first person.
Even Vegas beer sale Jerry, who everyone considers the #1 John ball washer, which maybe Ava will take precedent because she's getting offended by. But even he said, like, well, yeah, he's an alcoholic, but he's a grown man. He does what he wants to do, I don't think that at this point there's a question, right? That John's an alcoholic.
No, I mean, it's not really going out on a limb.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like
hot take.
It's not a stretch. Hot take. I think John maybe have a little bit of a drink. I mean, we watched a video last week of 2 of his guests just talking while he's puking. Yeah,
it's fantastic.
I got so much. I mean, that made me laugh so hard, especially every time the face would pop up.
Pretty cool.
I wasn't listening to a word they were saying.
No, I don't think anyone was. Yeah.
It's just great.
You could have watched it in silence, really.
Go ahead, Neal.
My criticism of John is not projection. $2 from Sunflower Dragon.
Yeah, I think the Dabbleverse does kind of revolve around John. So if you do a Dabbleverse related show, even though John's gone, his name's still going to tend to be brought up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's I don't think anyone's denying that John. Nobody's saying John's a nobody in the Dabbleverse. Nobody's saying John is irrelevant in the Dabbleverse. Yeah. He's very relevant in the Dabbleverse. I think everybody would agree to that, right?
Of course, yeah.
Is there anybody that's going to say John's not relevant in the Dabbleverse?
Just be lying.
Or that this Dabbleverse wouldn't exist without John. Yes, I'll give John his flowers in the Dabbleverse.
Yeah, he created the monster. It's a Frankenstein tale. Yeah,
and he's one of those people you just love to hate.
Yeah, and I'll admit it's not nearly as exciting. Without John, John in the, because then it's become lately like this nonstop talk about the Dabble dashboard and about who's like makes more money, and I can't stand that talk.
Where are we on the Dabble dash? Because last time somebody sent me a message. I think it was our producer. Like, you guys are number 8. And I'm like, well, we're the top 7, 8. Yeah. How many? And I'm thinking, how many shows are there even in the Dabbleverse? But apparently there's a lot because I scroll through it.
Well, yeah, because someone messaged me. They were like, Haley's, talk about you. Like, because I was like on the bottom. I was like, I haven't done a Dabbleverse show in a month. Like, why would I?
Yeah, but without your head, it still shows up on the Dabble
that's only a weekly show, so it doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, this has been turning into, like, when we were doing well, especially financially with Super Tips, I was able to pay my bills without working because I was streaming every day. But this has turned into more weekly. So, leaderboard. Oh, and it says, because it's past midnight.
This is the talk I do not care about, but let's check it out.
Yeah, I know. I was just going to see where we were on the leaderboard since you brought it up, but it's today, I guess, because it's after midnight. Well, number 1 is Misery Loves Company for yesterday. Oh, listen to this. Wow. Look at this. Number 1 is Misery Loves Company. Number 2 is...
He goes live times a day now. He goes live like multiple times a day now, so he can stay number one.
Oh yeah, he's so into that.
Yeah, he's obsessed.
I didn't even expect this, but yeah, Misery Loves Company's number 1, the Shuley Network's number 2, and guess who number 3 is?
Bacon Bits. Oh no, Rob Saul show.
Yes, yeah, you're on there.
no, I just assumed that was.
Yeah. So there you go. We're number 3 on the Dabbled. I am so proud of myself, and I just want to, I want to thank all the little people out there that supported me, and of course, Nasty Neal. I mean, there's so many people to thank. I can't even. I'm starting to get emotional. I might give like a Chad emotional breakdown, like when he reached his GoFundMe goal.
There's so much shit.
Yeah. When he realized he had enough money to pay his bills and buy a bunch of tchotchkes for his house and some new sneakers. Sunflower Dragon, $2. John is only relevant in the Dappleverse. Well, today, yes. Yeah, I mean, he used to be relevant in other places, but not anymore. Reverend Rage, $1.99. Duke will return after victory in courthouse.
Yeah, good man. That Reverend Rage. I mean, he really believes in his Messiah.
Yeah. Do you think? Read this super chat, and then we'll talk about it.
Takedown DDT, $5. Ava and Jerry are using Stuttering John to make money. Stuttering John is too dumb to realize they're stealing from him. I kind of think the opposite. I think Stuttering John's like using them for.
That's what I was going to ask you before we read the super chat. I was going to say, do you really believe? I mean, Jerry claims he'll come back and show the Venmos, but do you really think he's going to be when he gets that paycheck? He's not going to. He's rolling in the money where he's going to not take that extra money and use it for himself. That he's going to divvy it up between Alva and Jerry.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening. Not for a second.
I think there'll be somebody said there'll be some excuse he'll give, or something like that.
He's like, for some reason YouTube took 95% of the super chats.
Yeah.
Here's your $2.
Oh boy. Howard Stern isn't even relevant anymore. So what does that make John?
Yeah.
I mean, he's Howard Stern. You can't say he's not relevant.
I mean, way more people like watch him and stuff. But
yeah,
like
you can't say he's not relevant. You can't say he's as popular as he was, Howard Stern. But he's relevant because him firing people was all in the Page 6 news, and it was newsworthy. And going out one day a week. So if he wasn't relevant,
do you think if Stuttering John fired Ditka, it wouldn't make the news?
Yeah, exactly. No, no, I'm saying for someone saying that Howard Stern isn't relevant. Obviously, Howard Stern still has some relevance, but no, if Stuttering John,
breaking news, Stuttering John is fired.
Yeah, it would be breaking news in the Dabbleverse, but it wouldn't be. If Stuttering John fired beer sales Jerry and Ditka, that would be Dabbleverse news, but it wouldn't be Page 6 news like Howard Stern firing people. You know what I mean, Rob. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know. I'm just nitpicking, but I get what you're saying, Dark One. I agree with you. Somebody said Howard is bigger than, of course, Reverend Reed, big by 1,000. I want to say by 1,000. I mean, I think even Kumiad would admit that Howard Stern.
It was the most famous,
most famous, but Kumi is still relevant. I mean, if he gets in mainstream news, if something happens or he says something, and I don't know. I like Kumia. Kumier's a good dude, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's showed a lot of support after I got out of rehab too, and has supported Neal and myself, and him and Missy B. So much love to
he actually messaged me the other day that he's a fan of mine in my work. So
I was like, who Kumier?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So I would love to have him come on and pop on with us for a little bit one day. But man, he's got the new podcast with it, which I am very pleased about, which is the Anthony and Jim podcast. So. But again, I want to thank all those guys for the support. And I know we had Vegas Beer Sales Jerry on, and I want to downplay any type of friendship with Shuley. Like when I say we're not, he's been very supportive and vocally supportive of this show and my sobriety, publicly and privately. And I don't want to downplay my appreciation for that, because I do really, it means a lot. The people, Missy B, Kumia, especially Shuli, and even, everybody in the chat, everybody that's been out there. And of course, Nasty Neal, who I tortured when I was drunk with my wars with him. It means a lot that everybody can still stand behind and forgive and forget and move past silliness. This is just the internet, folks. This is just the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Gay.
Well, there you go. You got them.
Yeah. Ava, they just repeat the shitware talking points.
Well, that's what I do all the time.
We do that?
I don't know.
I know. Somebody was saying that I even talk like Shuli now. I use Shuli inflections.
No. You have the laugh, which kind of ends in the wheeze.
You're thanking your sobriety for Takumia, Missy, and Shirley. No, I'm not thanking them for my sobriety. I did that on my own.
Come on, Reverend Rage.
I know. You're pulling and grasping for straws. That's what I talk about, the Dabbleverse, taking something and running with it. No, I'm thanking them for their support after the fact that I got out. And these were people that we remember the Uncle Anthony bit. I was brutal towards Missy B, and of course Shuli. Kind of like John, he was like number one on my radar that I went after. And
I think that's a sign of character if you reach out to somebody who you had issues with or said stuff about you.
Yeah, because it's not like I got clean and I said, let me go apologize to all these people. I didn't say a word to them. I didn't do anything. They reached out to me. They didn't have to. And they could have said, whatever. At least he's not
even I always like to mention Penis Wrinkle was a guy that trolled you to the nth degree. And he was like, I don't want to be a reason why Rob goes, falls off the wagon or whatever. And I was like, that's what a normal, decent human being does, I think.
Yeah. Well, I will give you that, Reverend Rage. I'm the last one here, buddy. Those guys all left, and now I'm stuck here with a bunch of TSN. Yeah, I know. You are. I will give you that, Reverend
Rage. What about
Rage.
Bo Beardington?
Bo Beardington, yeah. I guess him and Reverend Rage. Everybody else that were here for the Shuli hate is gone.
Bo Beardington, my man.
Yeah. Yes.
Go! Rob Saul, let's be honest. Shuli would throw you under the bus in a second if it benefited him just like he did to Grillo.
Maybe he would. I don't know. But I don't know what Shuli could do to me personally that would hurt me. I mean, if he goofed on me, I think he does goof on me still sometimes on the air, which is fine. I mean, I'm grown up. I'm not a sensitive drunk anymore that expects everybody to cater to my needs. I just know my interactions with him, his support he's thrown for the show, and
he does it quite often. I mean, I don't know what is the gain for him to do it.
Yeah, I just love saying Shuli's name for clout. Well, listen, guys, we could sit here and go back and forth about who likes Shuli, who doesn't, who's here for Shuli, who's not. But I do have to go to bed. It's coming up to almost 2 a.m. Here in East Coast time. Mm-hmm. And again, I was telling my ex-wife, I said, I always say I'm going to come on for an hour in and out because I want to get back to watching TV and doing my own thing. But I once I get out, the hardest part is getting on and going live. After that, it's a breeze, Neal.
Yeah, it's always a good time.
Yeah. Take down DDT $1.99. Ava's fan fiction is good, but Jerry's is better. There you go. Nasty Neal, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me at Without Your Head, wherever. It's on all the social medias. Just look up Without Your Head. Yeah. This week, Thursday, I'll be live with the creator of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Oh,
a classic film.
Classic. Missy B says, I'm here just laying down, dozing off. I know, we're putting you to sleep, Missy B. Well, there you go. But Missy B, no, she's another one, too. She came in the chat room and said to me, I didn't even apologize. She said, hey, I forgive you. I was like, hey, well, I didn't apologize, but I appreciate that, and I do apologize.
She's just looking for the Rob Saul clout.
Yes. No, the Rob Saul clout. I know. Yeah. I was too, where everyone's like, oh, Anthony's just using you. I'm like, what's Anthony possibly going to get from me? Anthony Cumia is using
It's
me.
impossible for anyone to just be like decent in any way.
I know. Anthony Cumia, fucking guy. Fucking guy could buy me and sell me 40 times, but he's using me.
To be honest, when people, if that's the first thing they go to, it's probably because that's how they think. What they do is like, I wouldn't say anything nice about anybody unless it's somehow in my favor.
It's all ridiculous. But again, thank you all for coming in tonight. I want to thank Nasty Neal, of course. Thank you, Vegas Beer Sales Jerry, for coming on.
Yeah, he's a really good guest, honestly.
Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for everybody in the chat. Thank you all. We know I love you and I appreciate you. Take care of yourself, guys. Take care of each other. And have a wonderful week. I'll try to be on soon. As soon as I get my bifocals, meta glasses, I'll be doing some pop-up streams, some member streams. So check that out as well. And we will see you, if not before, next Friday. Have a wonderful evening, folks.
That's the show, folks. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, that's how it goes. Mike's going down. Yeah, we're closing it out. Couple good laughs. Yeah, more than enough. Just one of those nights that locked right in. Nothing heavy, just how it goes. Let it ride, yeah, it always shows. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. Same kind of feel. Yeah, you know it's real. We'll be right here when you come back through. Just talking it out. No filter at all. Let it ride. Yeah, we let it roll. Same old rhythm, same loose groove. Call it a night, yeah, we're winding it down. Pick it back up when we come around. Same live stream rolls when we're back online. Have a good night. Yeah, we're signing off. Kept it tight. Yeah, we let it ride. More of that when we go back live. Same time, same place. You know the name. Back again. Same time, same place. Back again. We'll see you